Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Friday night. Do you know where your movie chat is? That's right, it's Hollywood After Dark, episode number 19. Today is the 9th of July 2021. Movie theaters are officially back. Black Widow is officially in theaters. And another group of people is trying to release the Snyder Cut, but totally different. We're going to talk about that right now. Hey everyone, how you guys doing today? Welcome to the show. I know it's Friday night. It's always a fun night here on Hollywood After Dark, and it's been an interesting day for movies. I think it's been an interesting day for Hollywood because now we're looking at the success, and there's no other way to describe it, folks. The success of Black Widow. People out there are like, this movie is unnecessary, and I don't even know why it's a thing, and I don't know why it's happening. But $90 million is what they're estimating. It's probably going to be higher than that. We're talking a $40 million Friday. This movie is doing really well, even with the $30 premium access on Disney Plus. And the reason why is people are going to do both. It's the first of its kind in regards to Marvel. It's the first of its kind. So people are going to go. They're going to spend the money for the theater. They're going to come home and they're going to want to watch it again. So they're going to drop the $30. Now, what does this ultimately mean? Well, it ultimately means that the second weekend is probably going to drop off pretty dramatically. But Hollywood generally only seems to care about the first weekend anyway. So on that front, I don't know. Who knows? Anything could happen. Anything could happen, especially here on the show. It's always kind of a fun time. So first, let me give a shout out to my channel members. You guys are the GOATs. Get your name up here on this list. People like Simon Sections here all the time. Anthony Chabot is already in the back room. He wants to come on in and chat. We got people like my channel. We got people like my dad, right? My dad told me he loved me through money. I'm kidding. And as always, I just want to let everybody know tonight that if you guys want to get in on this giveaway, I'm going to be sending you the Life magazine, Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark at 40. It's a cool magazine. Coming right to your door. If you guys want to give a super chat or become a channel member throughout the rest of this month, that is going to be the best way to do it. So with that aside, let's check in on the chat real quick, see what you guys are up to. All right, so let's see here. Shiny here says, I've seen Manifest, liked it. They definitely string you along like how Lost did, yeah. And look at how well that worked out for Lost in the end too. Honestly, maybe it's best that Manifest is canceled because it's not going to be purgatory. Here's the deal. I don't know the story of Manifest, and I don't really care, to be honest with you. But what I find to be fascinating is how the fan base is trying to do a release the Snyder Cut. And now it's true. It's very true. When you look at a situation like release the Snyder Cut and how it was actually successful, how it actually came together, and how it actually all turned out, it's going to embolden a lot of different fandoms, and they're all going to try very similar things. When it comes to Manifest, though, they're doing it in a very intriguing way, and that's all about Netflix. We're gonna talk about that though. Let's see. Adam Burke here says, "Been seeing people get pissy about Taskmaster all week." Also, I'm actually here for a stream. That's true. You are here for a stream. People have been mad about Taskmaster. I haven't seen Black Widow yet. Tonight is going to be a bit of a shorter stream, simply because I've got to be up early for a family thing tomorrow. And if I can get out of here early enough, I might go watch it. I've got a copy of it. I might go watch it. I'd like to watch it before going to bed. I would. I'd like to actually sit down and watch it on opening day. But it will be the first Marvel movie since 2008 that I haven't seen first in theaters. And I'm not sure if I want to break that streak, even though I can watch it from the comfort of my bed with my headphones on my 55-inch 4K television. And not wear pants if I don't want to. That's something I think about that one. Anyway, here the link is pinned. The link is pinned for the call-ins. If you guys want to come on in to ask your questions or to talk about what's going to be talked about here, you get in on the link. We're going to rapid fire a bunch of them tonight, so you have a good shot of getting on and the damn thing not running like 3 hours like it did last night. Anyway, there's that. Okay. Let's see here. Asking from Arkham Gaming. Am I excited about James Gunn's Suicide Squad? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Look, I like Ayer's film. I want to see the Ayer cut. I think it's entirely ridiculous that Warner's is being so obtuse on the situation. But I'm also really excited to see what James Gunn brings to the table, because I think he is going to pump some fresh blood into the DCEU. And he's kind of like forcing them to do an R-rated movie. When with Zack, they really moved it back. You know what I mean? They really kind of pushed back on that. But with James, it was something totally different. And that's unfair to Zack. But at the same time, that's kind of where we find ourselves. Let's see here. My channel says, Matthew Jarvis, I'm on time. Thank you very much, my channel. Skywalker Brian, I saw your comment there. Damn, stupid thing shot up. There was a shooting, I guess, tonight, or a drive-by shooting at Knott's Berry Farm. Apparently, what did Brian say earlier? I think he said no one was, and the victim is at the hospital, though. Okay, that's good. Well, that's good that they're being looked at. I actually was driving to my dad's house yesterday, came across a car accident, and they had the black tarp up blocking the scene. And I'd never seen that before. And even all the years I lived in Southern California and all the years I've seen accidents. And when I finally found out what happened, it was even more tragic than I could have anticipated. The long and short of it is that there was a car that was pulled over on an exit ramp. They were fixing something with a bike, like a bicycle that was on the car. And someone plowed into him. This, by the way, was at 9 o'clock in the morning. So this wasn't in the middle of the night. This was like at 9 o'clock in the morning. And the person who was outside the vehicle was hit and killed. And the driver of the vehicle that struck the car also passed away. So you never know. These things happen. And you got to just, you got to, unfortunately, we are all kind of bear witness to that. Anyway, let's see here. Did I hear Amazon got the rights to Universe film after Peacock on Prime Video? Oh, are you talking about the Jurassic Park film or Jurassic World? I think so. Yeah. That's very weird to me that Amazon got the rights to these things when Peacock has a streaming service. It just goes to show you that Peacock and most likely HBO Max, Paramount Plus are probably going to have to merge at some point in time. I don't see them surviving. I really don't. I don't see HBO Max surviving, to be honest. Even with this Discovery merger that's going to be happening, I just don't see it happening. But all right, yeah, I know. Let's move on to something that's maybe a little bit more on the lighthearted side, and that, of course, is the subject matter of Manifest. Now, I'm not going to lie here, guys. I've never seen this show. I've never seen Manifest. It's not something that's ever really been on my radar. I don't watch a lot of network TV anymore. It has a lot to do with the fact that I'm a cord cutter. And nothing that comes out really like that's like a long, hour-long drama, whatever, on network television catches my interest much anymore. And I also pretty much figure they're all going to be canceled. So why invest time? And that's a lot of people. In fact, I saw people today when I saw like people trying to retweet the Save Manifest hashtag. And it wasn't that. It was Cursed. Netflix canceled the show Cursed after one season. And someone's like, well, I'm halfway through it right now. There's no point of me even to continue watching it. And that's a very valid point. And I think Netflix is going to have to really reevaluate how it approaches content and content release, and what content it curates and which content it acquires and which content does well. They've got to start really slowing things down a little bit. And because I have a feeling we might think Netflix is too big to fail, but no, they're not. And I don't see anything really kind of working out well for them down the road, because I just think they keep screwing it up. Now, Gary Keir makes a great point about network television, saying it's all cop shows and medical shows. Yeah, pretty much. But Manifest wasn't. So this is what we know. This is coming in from Paul Tassi at Forbes, saying if you've turned on to Netflix lately, you'll notice that a singular show has been planted at number one at all times, at least in the United States. That would be Manifest. The NBC mystery series was canceled after three seasons, and hashtag Save Manifest fans have been trying to prevent its demise ever since. And that's actually true. I went and took a look at myself here. I just took the screenshot from Netflix, And we can see here the top 10 TV shows in the US today. Number 1 is Manifest, then Sex Life, which is, I've seen some of the GIFs that come out of that, and it's a lot of sex. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which I want to watch, but I'm also a little bit afraid because I'm not hearing good things. And then this one called Too Hot to Handle, which is some like British sex reality show or some crap like that. I don't know. Either way, like it looked pretty terrible. I watched like their little preview of it. For one, I couldn't understand them. The women were vapidly idiotic, and I hate that kind of trash television, and that's what Netflix is producing. You know, they'll cancel something like Patriot. What was it? The Hassan Minaj show. Was it Patriot Act? That was like kind of like Last Week Tonight, like really in depth and comedic and informative. They'll cancel that show after a couple of seasons. But, you know, hey, a reality show about a bunch of scantily clad women at a house in Europe somewhere. That's going to do well. But anyway, they passed on Manifest as well. So it says here, in a bizarre situation, one that shows a new kind of influence fans can have over even one of the biggest media companies. In short, Manifest fans have effectively gamed Netflix, planting the show in number 1 in the top 10 chart for nearly a month now, which I believe is approaching a record for any series in the history of the service. The irony is that Netflix has already passed up on the picking up a Manifest, but its creators have not given up hope yet. And the show has seen a wild explosion in interest because of its placement at the top of the chart. Keep in mind, this is a series that doesn't even have enough critical reviews to calculate a score on Rotten Tomatoes and was canceled by NBC for low viewership. Well, haven't we learned, like, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't mean a damn thing? Right? And you got to love that kind of gatekeeping, by the way, because Paul Tassi is like a company man at Forbes. Him and Scott Mendelson, those are the two company men, right, at Forbes. And very much it's like, oh, it doesn't even have a critical score for it. Who cares about that? Now, the low viewership is definitely something I'm curious about. I also wonder how well it did on Netflix and those numbers, because those do sometimes play into keeping a show around on network television. I've talked about how Breaking Bad, when it put the first 3 seasons of Breaking Bad onto Netflix, season 4 was about halfway through. And the popularity that came from putting Breaking Bad onto Netflix boosted the numbers and solidified the popularity of Breaking Bad. It already had viewership, but it didn't have as big a viewership or as many fans. And that was because of Netflix. But because Manifest was canceled at the end of season 3, there was no new episodes that could correspond with getting new people into watching the show. That's a problem. That's why network television in and of itself has really got to reevaluate too. But so does Netflix, and that's, again, kind of a whole other conversation. Now, this is where things get fascinating, and this is where things get you really thinking about the tactics that some groups use. So Paul here says that he's spoken with at least a few of the main Save Manifest organizers, in addition to normal things like watch parties for specific episodes. The main thing going on here appears to be that a large number of fans have dedicated themselves to streaming Manifest pretty much 24/7. They leave the show running indefinitely, perhaps watching it, but more than likely not, on their TVs or devices. And this constant stream of Manifest plays and replays and has kept it at this spot. Doesn't that sound like what happened with the Snyder Cut? Doesn't that sound like what happened with the Snyder Cut when that whole thing came out? Right? I mean, how many people sat there and said, we're watching it on repeat. We're watching it on repeat. We're watching it on repeat. We have it playing on every device. Like, you can run 5 devices with HBO Max. So people are running 5 devices simultaneously streaming the Snyder Cut, as a way to show the network, the HBO Max, that people are watching it. But and exactly like I said at the time, you are giving away the plot. You are telling people what you're doing, and you're showing them that those numbers are literally useless. They're worthless. They mean nothing because they're not organic. They're gamed. The difference between HBO Max and Netflix is that Netflix has that aggregate that shows you the top 10. Now, I have suggested in the past that Netflix could potentially game its own system by curating content it wants people to see. You know what I mean? It wants people to see what's new. Like Hubie Halloween was in top movies on Netflix for a pretty decent amount of time. So it's like, who knows specifically like if they do that or not. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. It would make the most sense in the world. No one is going to know if those are really popular organically or if the company is artificially putting things in that position in order to get traffic to those specific properties. But then again, Paul Blart, when it was on Netflix, did pop up quite often in the top 10. So who knows? It could be a group of Redditors who all talk about Paul Blart all the time, of which there is, by the way. I mean, they even have fan art. They post fan art all the time for Paul Blart. They could have gotten it into the top 10 to expose Paul Blart to more people, I guess. But Save Manifest is doing the exact same thing that the Snyder Cut people did to try to restore the Snyderverse. And it's giving away the plot. It's giving away the game. And that is something that, in my mind, is really, really ridiculous. You know what I mean? Now, Pikachu here says, they are copying us. Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, like, no one really owns that specific, you know, tactic. It's just something that's available that people can actually see. Yeah, and I know Netflix removed Paul Blart. I know. So let's go into this one here. Now, he goes on to say here, I don't know how many dedicated Manifest fans are doing this, but it's clearly enough to take over Netflix's top 10 list, essentially as long as they want. Sure, some of this is snowball interest by those checking out the series because it's so high on the list or on the chart. But this is entirely fan generated. Now, is that a bad thing? Inherently, no, it's not a bad thing. Inherently, it's not a bad thing whatsoever. Because when you think about that, it is showing fan interest and it is, you know, showing people that there is an interest in this property. But the downside, though, like I said, is it's not organic. And because it's not organic and they're giving the plot away, Netflix is going to ignore them. They've already passed on saving Manifest anyway. Even though it's been number one now for quite some time, they still passed on it because Netflix knew that it wasn't organic. But there is a bit of a different approach to that, so to speak. And here's kind of how I look at this, right? The different approach ultimately is the fact that what you could argue is that maybe if they do this long enough, very similar to what people in the Snyder Cut fandom have done, or what they've argued or what they believe at least, is that if you run this for a long period of time, it's going to get more people to come on in and watch the show. And from there, what that does is then that creates buzz, and then that creates, water cooler moments or conversations. It creates people, it creates fans, and then an organic movement can form from that. They're just kind of laying the groundwork right now. They're doing it artificially, hoping that it will take something, a seed will set, and it will grow into a massive beanstalk. That's what they're probably hoping is going to happen. But it's been a month. And there's been no movement on it, and Netflix is passed on it. Now, there is the idea of trying to get the movie off the ground, like the finale movie, and I think the creators have like written a script, or that's the idea they want to pitch. And maybe Netflix will do that, because Vince Gilligan took El Camino to Netflix, and that's going to Netflix. That's an epilogue, series to an AMC show, and it was excellent. El Camino was excellent. And that was a nice wrap up to Breaking Bad. And that's on Netflix. So it's entirely possible that Netflix might have passed on saving the show, but they might do something in regards to giving it a finale movie in order to make sure that fans can see it. And this all very much is something that's spurred on by the Snyder Cut fandom. But even the Snyder Cut fandom at this point, I believe, has kind of moved on. I think the Snyder Cut fandom at this point has kind of realized that, Warner Brothers does not want to work with Zack Snyder anymore. So much so that even today it was announced that I believe they're taking the storyboards for Justice League 2 and Justice League 3, and they are turning them into like an audio drama or something along those lines that Ray Porter is going to be narrating. And that is going to be how we as a fandom end up getting to see Justice League 2 and Justice League 3 from Zack Snyder's perspective, what his vision was. But even that in and of itself is an old vision, because by the time, we saw those storyboards, the plan had entirely changed. So that's old story. That's old hat. Interesting nonetheless. I'd be very curious to see if they're actually able to pull it off. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm not too sure. Real quick here, HBart's $2 says, I hope Witcher survives season 2. I think it will. I mean, they just did WitcherCon today, showing off the trailer for season 2, which looked dope. When they went to Calmoran, I was like, oh my God, it looks like Witcher 3 in the intro to Witcher 3. Like, they modeled that set off of the video game, and it looks like the video game. I was like really impressed with that. Plus season 3 looks dope. I can't wait to see it. It comes out December 17th, right before Christmas. I would really hope that they would release it week to week, but they're not. They're gonna dump it. They're gonna pump and dump. It's what Netflix does. But they also announced that the animated movie is like Night of the Wolf or something. I forget what it's called. But the animated movie about Vesemir is coming, I think, August 23rd, so a month and a half. And we get the animated film, which looks pretty dope. So, I mean, there was some good stuff to come out of WitcherCon today. A lot of people really seem to like it. And the fact that Netflix put on this event for The Witcher shows you predominantly that they are backing this franchise 100%. So, hold on. Astro here asks, why doesn't HBO Max pick it up? Because they own it. Well, it depends on, are you talking about, if you're talking about Manifest, I don't know if Warner Brothers TV owns it or not. So I have to wait and see. Skywalker Brian here says, I will still never forgive Netflix for canceling Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. One season and it had potential. Big nope down the toilet. Yeah, well, I mean, like, money had a lot to do with that. And I also think a lack of promotion. That's the thing with Netflix. I'm just sitting there going like, I'm looking at Netflix and I'm like, you guys have all of this power. You guys have all of this swing and all of this pull and all of this money. And you clearly want to back curated content aimed at a specific audience, like Netflix Geeked and things like that. But I feel like they don't do enough to reach out to the common audience in order to be able to really kind of sit there and make these things, popular. Like they want them all to be Stranger Things popularity. But Stranger Things hit in like 2015. And here it is 2021 and we're not even on season 4 yet. And so it's like, oh my God, you guys take forever to get this thing done. It's like, you have that built-in audience, which is why people are very happy with it. Now, Music Man here says they need to advertise more, a hell of a lot more. Now, I'll tell you this, Music Man. When I was in LA in the fall of 2018, I was taking my Uber. No, it was a Lyft. Doesn't matter. I was catching a Lyft to my friend's house who lived right off of Sunset Boulevard. And we were going to hang out. And as I'm driving down, as I'm in the car, we're going down Sunset. I look up and I see nothing but billboards for Netflix content. So they advertise the shit out of it in Los Angeles. They do that for award season because they want to win awards. They advertise the ever-loving shit out of it in LA. But they don't do anything. They need a division to like really reach out and like curate. They need fucking community managers. You know what I mean? Like video game companies have community managers to kind of manage the community and to work with getting information out there. These this company, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, all these things, they need a community manager. They need someone who's going to be able to kind of like direct the flow of information and talk to the flock. You know what I mean? That's what they need. But they also have like nearly 200 million active subscribers. They make billions of dollars a month in revenue. They spend billions of dollars a year in content acquisition and content creation. They're so big, they probably think they won't fail. But I'm just saying, this is what I've been seeing, this sentiment of the lack of the pushing the pump and dump stuff is so detrimental. And there's so many, and I'll say it, there's so many entitled people that are like, I want it all right now. Like, oh, okay, calm down there, Veruca Salt. All right, like calm the fuck down a little bit. Waiting week to week ain't going to kill you. It's actually going to keep you engaged in something, and then you can talk about it more. And Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision and The Mandalorian, guess what? Week-to-week releases. Number one. I mean, like, it works. It's a proven method. But I also like the way Amazon does it, where they drop 3 episodes at once, and then after that, it's week to week. That's a smart play too. It gives you like the first quarter of it, and then they go from there, and by then they've already built in some people. So now it says here, Garrick says, I feel like Netflix relies on word of mouth and social media buzz to promote their content. That's true, but that's not everything. That's not everything. They need more. Skywalker Brian here says, I read today that David Harbour almost confirmed season 5 for Stranger Things. I do feel like the show is going to be a thing of the past, just like The Walking Dead, do the seasons and move on. Yeah, they had talked about like how season 4 could like potentially be its last after season 3 came out. And then I'm hearing like seasons 5 and potentially season 6. They're going to keep it going. It's popular. And as long as it's popular and the Duffers have a plan, they'll work on it. But it's, again, I agree. They should maybe like find something else, because these shows take forever to come out. Why in the fuck does Game of Thrones come out every single fucking year? But goddamn Stranger Things is like, yeah, I know, we're going to come out once every 3 years. Never mind. It's dealing with teenagers and adolescents. And by the time we're done, Dusty's going to be like 28 years old with a raging cocaine addiction. He might already have one. I have no idea. All I'm saying is like, I don't know what's going on with that. They need to like figure it all out. Do I remember when people complained when The Boys was released week to week? Yeah, I remember all that. I remember, oh my God, all that chest thumping over that shit. I want to know, where's The Boys? Yeah, I'll be out next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Let's see here. Fowl says, I hate that NBC canceled Supergirl after the first season and now Manifest is canceled. Well, no, actually it was CBS that canceled Supergirl, and then it went over to CW. So, I mean, like, you still got like another like 5 seasons out of it. So I get what you mean, but at the same time, you still got content on another network. So, let's see. The Boys got review bombed for going weekly, but it was awesome. Yeah, it was. And it was good. It was great. I love it. I love all that stuff here. So, there's a lot going on with this. I just wanted to touch upon this particular subject because I just found it to be fascinating. And then I want to open it up to the calls. I'll drop the link one more time. We got a few people in the back right now. We'll get to them. So I want to roll for maybe another 30 to 40 minutes at max so I can actually get to bed on a decent time tonight. The 3-hour stream last night. Fuck. That got me going pretty bad. But anyway, so what we've got here is the first person. You guys know him. You guys enjoy it when he's here. We're going to give him a couple minutes to see what's going on with Mr. Anthony.
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
I saw Kids 3 Part 1.
Nice. I haven't seen it yet, or Part 2, so I need to.
I got some tapes.
Oh, nice. You got the theatrical version of Superman 2.
I honor Richard Donner. I got this.
Oh, the Jetsons meet the Flintstones. That's great. I love that. Oh, An American Wedding. All right. What else you got there? Oh, The Waterboy.
Yeah, I was watching Superman 2 before I got on there.
Nice. So, can you do a Billy Boucher or Bobby Boucher?
I'm Bobby Boucher.
Gatorade H2O.
Gatorade H2O.
That's a great
so
one.
I haven't seen Black Widow. My mom said no spoilers. We're gonna get on the Skylar.
Yeah, I want to watch it. If I can, I'm gonna pop it on tonight before I go to bed. We'll see what happens. But
no spoilers. I heard the post-credit scene.
Yeah, I know. I was over on I was watching the Poindexter Lounge for a bit, and then they were like, "We're going to talk about a brief spoiler, so if you want to just mute your stream for a minute." I'm like,
but it was good post-credit scene. But I'm not going to say which group is going to form.
I don't know. I mean, look, I already generally have an idea just based upon everything else that's going on with the MCU and the fact this movie should have been out. I know it's TV, dude. I know it's TV. I understand it's all TV because it was really funny because the way that that like Enosh and RJ were talking about it. They're trying to be very vague, but at the same time, it's like anyone who knows anything about the MCU where things currently are, and you're like, I
I
know
know about
exactly what you're
everything
talking
about the
about.
Marvel comic books because I'm a big fan of. I got the whole comic books.
Yeah, no, comic books are good, man.
Yeah, I'm going to Vegas maybe in August.
Oh wow, what are you gonna do in Vegas?
Well, I don't know yet. I might go for a week. Your boy Anthony needs a vacation.
Yeah, get out of New York, go to Las Vegas, gonna dabble in the city of sin, right? Gonna find a nice young working girl and make an honest woman out of her.
But Jill hasn't responded to me.
Well, I mean, that might happen, that might not happen. You got to just kind of move. Don't dwell on a Brooklyn Nets cheerleader getting back to you anytime soon.
I know she's busy, but the thing is that I got to focus on me writing the memoirs. I'm turning 38. My mom said no movies until Shang-Chi.
Like, oh, you guys aren't going to watch anything new until Shang-Chi?
Yes, we agreed upon.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, that's good. I mean, you know how you pass the meantime is you go to Vegas and you save all your money and you just go out to the.
And we're saving the money to buy a house. The other day I was at work with Lewis and traffic. There's traffic coming from home from Rockaway Beach to all the way back to that. It was traffic.
Well, yeah. I mean, New York and traffic kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Yep, I'm trying to, and I look at these nice, exquisite houses in Long Island.
Well, I mean, like, have you been able to save up a down payment?
Well, not yet. My mom is trying to do that. We're staying here for another year.
Well, yeah, that's sometimes what you have to do to save up money. I get that, yeah.
My birthday's coming up soon. I'll be 38.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's what you said.
I look good for 38. I'm trying to be 175 pounds.
Nice. What are you at right now?
I think 308, 307.
Oh, you got a ways to go, but it's summertime. It's New York. It's hot. You just got to walk and drink a lot of water.
And every time I eat my food, my stomach gets full. I'm not eating that much.
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah. I do intermittent fasting myself, so I try
Fear
not.
Fear Street Part 1 was awesome.
That's good, man. I've heard good and bad things about that.
But it's going to come out with 78 and 1666.
Yeah, I know 1666 is this week. I'm going to try to watch both of them this week.
It's
so
good.
I can be ready.
I got Tomorrow War on my Skylar.
All right. Well, you should. I'll tell you what. I'm going to let you go get some more people, but you go ahead and go watch Tomorrow War or Fear Street again, and we'll talk soon. Have a good one, man. Thank you very much, Anthony. Anthony he was here last night too. I just couldn't get to him in time before we hit like that 3-hour mark. All right. So let's keep the party going here. We'll keep it up with Andrew Casali.
Hey, Joe.
What's going on, man? What's on your mind for tonight? What's your thoughts about what we were talking about?
I hope what you said about the Zach stuff is true, but I mean, I'm not holding my breath.
Well, yeah. I mean, all things considered, it's you can never really hold your breath on anything these days because you're gonna die.
Yeah. But the thing I did want to say is that I thought to myself, like, with when it comes to the super films, like when I look back at, like, the early 2000 movies, like say the original Spider-Man trilogy and the Incredible Hulk and the early MCU, I feel like those times they actually were like really serious, trying to balance between having character arcs and stakes while throwing a couple jokes in. I feel like most superhero movies nowadays don't have that.
Well, I think a lot of them, like, they have kind of like referential humor. You know what I mean? Like the Easter eggs are, because Marvel is very self-referential, and DC kind of had like a no joke rule for a while, and they didn't want there to be anything funny because they didn't want anyone to, to actually enjoy themselves watching those movies. I'm kidding, but at the same time, it really does feel like they simply just, like, they did not know what in God's name they wanted to do with it. I would like to see them go back and do more like, oh God.
Well, that's why I feel like films like The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton and Spider-Man 2 really delved deep into the secret identity aspect of the person and him trying to show like what life is like with these kind of
But do you remember, though, how many people freaked out about Spider-Man losing his powers in Spider-Man 2?
I don't know why that was an issue.
Because they don't want a sad Spider-Man, Andrew. They don't want a sad
Well,
Spider-Man. They want a Spider-Man
they
that's
need to
kicking
understand
ass.
that they need to understand character arcs and development.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, people like let's
So
be
you're
fair.
saying that those people you just said right there. So you're saying like they can't like he can't have like he can't always have like an emotional moment problem where he's like, why can't I always have like what am I supposed to do? And he always has to be happy go lucky with a smile on his face.
Well, I would argue that a lot of Tom Holland hasn't had that specific like psychosomatic PTSD situation from everything, but Far From Home I think did good in regards to like the imposter syndrome that he would surely feel. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what imposter syndrome is?
I've heard of it.
So imposter syndrome is when you feel inadequate in your position. Like you feel like you are an imposter, like you don't belong to be, like you're not qualified enough to be there, that you don't feel like you're in the right space and that everyone is judging you and they're going after you and things like that. I know a lot of YouTubers that kind of feel that way because these are people that sit alone in the room and they talk into a microphone or to a camera. And then all of a sudden they get like, a lot of people who watch them, and those people who watch them end up really kind of, they end up really like feeling like they're inadequate. Right. And so it's kind of like, with within the death of Iron Man and Endgame, and you go to Far From Home, everyone was looking at Spider-Man like, hey, are you the new leader of the Avengers? Captain America is gone. What?
Which was dumb in my opinion.
No, that's not dumb. That's not dumb at all. That's how things would be.
Well,
in reality, who else would it be?
Spider-Man saying like, am I going to be Iron Man? I want Spider-Man to be like, no, I'm going to be the friendly Spider-Man. That's what I promised Ben, because I want to live with this great power and great responsibility and my burden. And that's why in Spider-Man 2, I really liked how it showed how human Peter Parker can be, showing that life can't always be easy, and to show that no matter, even if you can't get what you want, or if you can't save everyone, he knows that he still needs to be Spider-Man because it's his responsibility, because it's a gift and it's also a curse.
It is, and that's kind of, in essence, a part of why Spider-Man 3 turned out the way that it did.
Oh, I like that film. It's not terrible.
No, I did too. I even like the black suit stuff that he did in the movie where he's dancing and like everyone like gives it. Everyone bashes on that. I love that part because it's so funny. It's so out of character for him.
Also, that's why I'm starting this. I think that the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton's very underrated because with as you can see on my picture with Edward Norton, you really showed how difficult it is trying to live with the monster inside of them, trying to see if you can find a way to cure him while also being on the run from the military and being with Betty. That's what I like about the Hulk.
Well, yeah, I mean the stuff with the Hulk is pretty good, and I did like that too. But it was his attitude that screwed him up, man. Like,
yeah, well, I guess you can say he's a Hulk in real life.
Well, I mean, like it's like it's a lot of ego and a lot of attitude that went into that.
Well, I'd rather take what we saw in the Incredible Hulk movie than Hulk out, Deb.
Oh yeah, well that was kind of funny because that was just awkward. Because Bruce Banner's an awkward character. Bruce Banner's an awkward guy.
No, what I read, in fact, when you think about it, if you see in the opening of the Incredible Hulk, it's very similar to the Bill Bixby TV series.
No, it very much is. They even use the theme music from it too.
Yeah, Joaquin Satellite.
Yeah, that was one of the things I laughed the most at when I was watching the movie for the first time. God, 13 years ago. And so no, I get it, but I still think that Norton screwed himself regardless. And so they brought in Mark Ruffalo.
I feel like I don't think he screws. Like I feel like I read.
No, he did screw himself. He ran his mouth.
Hold on. I read what plans he wanted to do for the Hulk, and to be honest, I would have wanted that than what Disney gave the Hulk.
Well, I think a lot of people, a lot of that problem though is like, look, a lot of it's also the rights issue when it boils down to the Hulk, because Universal has right of first refusal, And so Universal would not turn down a Hulk movie. If Marvel's like, hey, we want to make a Hulk movie, Universal's like, okay, all right, like you guys want to do it? And they're like, yeah, like, okay, well, we want to distribute it, which means we get the money. We get a lot of the money. And that takes away control from, let's say, fucking, Marvel Studios. And so they don't want to give it up because they know that if they do that, it's going to end up hurting, they're going to lose control. So as a result, when the whole thing with Ed Norton fell apart, that iteration of the character is stuck in the rights between Universal and Marvel. So they're not able to use that version of the Hulk without there being an agreement between the two studios. It's kind of like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I get that, but I feel like with the Hulk we had in 2000, I felt like his more serious take on the character to more.
Well, yeah, and it would have been nice to kind of continue down that pathway, but I think Mark Ruffalo has done a fine job, and at this point,
can I say about that? To be honest, I actually enjoyed them when after he first beat Avengers, I was getting used to him, and then by Age of Ultron and Ragnarok, where he started acting all child, and then Infinity War, where he didn't even come out, I was like, what are they doing to him?
Well, they're just, they can only do so much. Again, oftentimes they're kind of limited with the rights.
Well, so now they make a Hulk with wearing glasses and a busted up hand.
Yeah, because that's Professor Hulk.
That's not. If you actually in the comics, Professor Hulk actually fought Thanos.
Yeah, but oh my god, they're not gonna. These are adaptations of comics. They don't follow it 100%. A lot of it is unfilmable because of the concepts and everything else. And never mind internal dialogue and all. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So they interpret it. In this particular case, he did fight Thanos, but Thanos messed him up. And I like that it messed with him to the point he's like, the Hulk's like, I don't want to come out, And then later on, that was funny. Coward. That was funny. Again, that was funny because funny. It shows you that going up against this great cosmic threat, and it's like the Hulk thought he was badass, nothing could touch him. And then here's Thanos, and Thanos just wallops his ass.
Well,
it's kind of like with Loki.
If it was Norton's Hulk, even if after he got 3, he wouldn't be like, screw it, I'm leaving. No, he'd be like, Hulk, want rematch.
Maybe. But this Hulk got his ass handed to him like he handed Loki's ass to him at the end of Avengers. It just showed that he was going up against the power that he could not fathom. Because at that point, Thanos also had a bunch of the Infinity Stones, so he was just like insane.
He only had the Power Stone when he fought.
And you're telling me the Power Stone ain't gonna fuck the Hulk up?
If you remember in the comics, in the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. And for example, in the scene where he fights Abomination in the Incredible Hulk, when he's like trying to stab him, you can see like his eyes turn greener and starts to get stronger, and then he beat his ass. And with Eric Bana, you saw every time getting angry, the dude kept growing into a giant.
Yeah, but this is again, they can't. There are certain things they're probably not able to do because of how Universal bought the distribution rights to the Hulk. So they're doing it in like the way that they feel is best appropriate for an ensemble film. Because here's the thing. This is the reason why we don't have a Hulk standalone movie. This is the reason why
I think the Incredible Hulk movie is very underrated.
Well, it is underrated. It's also the second film in the MCU. And like I said, Edward Norton screwed himself by running his mouth constantly. Well, he refused to do press junkets for the film, dude.
I saw him talk about the character in interviews when I watched the behind the scenes of the movie.
That was behind the scenes, but that wasn't the press junkets leading up to the release of the film.
Hey, when I watched interviews with Edward Norton talking about Hulk, you can tell he has a passion.
Sure, but he also was trying to flex his muscles, and he ended up like getting yeeted from the project.
Well, maybe he figured, I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe he knew what Disney and Marvel were gonna take for the Hulk and decided, I'm not going to be a part of that.
At that time, 2008, Disney buying Marvel wasn't on the horizon. They didn't buy them until 2010.
I agree with Tiger Tech there. It says they should have a proper rematch between Thanos and the Hulk, not this cheat that they did in Endgame.
No, the cheat worked thematically in order to give Iron Man the perfect ending. Like I said, there are certain things that are completely unfilmable. There are things that you have to adapt in a very specific way. And there are storytelling elements that work for film. And that's the whole thing. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see the Hulk and Thanos have a rematch. All right, but it would have been very cool to see that. But at the same time, the Hulk was was it Avengers 1 had like, it was the three main characters were Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. Age of Ultron, same thing.
Like
Infinity War, same thing. Endgame, same thing. The stories were about those three characters. This was wrapping up those characters' stories, at least two of them. And so the Hulk took a bit of a backseat on that one. And that's unfortunate for Hulk fans. But then they're doing She-Hulk and he's going to pop up in that. So you get a whole show about hulking.
And it will show up with the busted arm saying, "Hey, Jennifer."
And who knows? At this point, he might have figured out a way to do something better. I don't know, man.
Well, I understand, but here's the thing: when I rewatch Incredible Hulk, it makes me think, man, if they had kept going this direction, it would have been better.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: write Edward Norton and call him a bitch, because it's his fault.
I'm not calling him that.
Call him a bitch.
I am not calling him that.
It's his fault. It's absolutely his fault. Well, he did not play ball.
Maybe he was right to be upset.
He wanted more control of the script.
Because he wanted to have the Hulk take a more serious route and be.
But the problem with that is that's not how Hollywood works. He did come in and he did rewrite a bunch of dialogue. I remember that. And he probably wanted more control over everything going forward. But then when he refused to do what you have to do to promote movies and other things like that, and I think he was even bad-mouthing Marvel or Universal or something around that same time too, it ended up just putting him in a bad. It's like Terrence Howard was the highest paid actor in Iron Man. Terrence Howard, who was going to, Rhodey, right? And his demands were insane for Iron Man 2. And so they said, "Nah, man, F you, we're not going to deal with this." And they recast him.
Well, to be honest, I was wanting to see how Terrence Howard did War Machine.
So, well, yeah. Well, you know what? Terrence Howard, like Edward Norton, kind of a bitch. So it's like they ran their mouth. They didn't play the game.
I'm not calling him a bitch.
I'm saying, no, that's the thing. Is like they wanted too much. They wanted too much. They wanted to flex their muscle. They wanted to do all this stuff. They wanted to do all these things. And the studios are like, "No, we don't need you because we can, we don't need this nonsense while we're trying to build this thing out." One of the reasons.
Look, I mean, I just saw Black Widow, and I'm not going to say any spoilers about it, but in my opinion, it was okay. But I think like movies in like early phase 1 were better, like Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I know you keep saying Incredible Hulk's a good movie. We agree on that point.
No, I said early phase 1 movies. That includes Iron Man and Captain America.
Well, there are people out there who like either or. Hold on. Enzyme here says that isn't how Hollywood works. Tell Tom Cruise that. Tom Cruise delivers. Tom Cruise delivers.
Did you see?
There's the difference there.
Rant?
Yeah, Tom Cruise delivers. Not only does he produce his movies, but he's heavily involved in everything. And he still delivers and makes money. He doesn't even take an upfront fee for acting. Tom Cruise makes all of his money on Mission Impossible from the back end. He's been doing that. He's been doing that since the beginning, since the 90s when he was the one who brought Mission Impossible to Paramount. And because Paramount was trying to get another movie off the ground, they were trying to get another Mission Impossible movie off the ground, but they signed Tom Cruise to like a first look deal. And the first project he brought was Mission Impossible because he liked the show as a kid. And they went from there and they turned that into a vehicle for Tom Cruise, and he's been producing it ever since. So it's not the same thing as Edward Norton. It's not the same thing as Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard might have won an Oscar. He's a good actor. But Tom Cruise works and he doesn't bitch. Well, he does bitch, but he bitches at crew members for COVID. And, and he jumps on couches and he's fucking insane. But the reality of it
is space.
Yeah. But the reality of it is this, is that like you look at their returns for their movies and the fact they are producers on these films and everything else. And that gives them a lot more power in the negotiation phase versus someone like Ed Norton or Terrence Howard. Think about it like this. Do you know the story of Crispin Glover for Back to the Future Part 2?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Right. Where he was like, "I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that." And they said, "How about you get the fuck out? And we're going to pick a guy from accounting who looks very similar to you. We're going to pop him in prosthetics. We're going to shoot around him so that he's there and that people are going to think that it's you, but it's not going to be you. And then when we go to alternate 1985, we're going to fucking kill your ass just to fucking prove to you that you're a bitch," because that's what it boiled down to.
You call everyone bitches?
Huh?
First you call Edward Norton a bitch.
I call him, yeah. Yeah, if you're going to sit there and like you're going to try to like puff out your chest.
Edward Norton's a very talented actor.
He's a
Have you
very
seen
talented
Birdman?
actor. I like Edward Norton movies. You know,
Sorry. I just
what I
this
mean
kind of
is, but
stuff
what I
is
mean is
how I
when you
feel.
are in a role, and you are not like living up to your end of the bargain, or you're trying to over demand for things because you think that you're entitled to something, I'm sorry, you a bitch. That's how it is. And there's a lot of
best
actors.
Hulk of all time.
No, some would argue that, you know, Lou Ferrigno is the best Hulk of all time.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I do like him.
That's all I'm saying, though, is it's just like it's what he's doing is all that kind of crap. But anyway, man, I'm going to let you go. I got to get to more people, and I got to wrap this thing up in a few.
That was good. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, I'll see you later, Andrew. Have a good one.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you very much. All right. Thank you, Andrew. Okay. H Bart's here. $2 says Hulk dabbed. He is dead. Yeah, I guess so. Thank you for that, H Bart's. And let's see here. Okay, and then another one from H Bart's says here, Norton thought he was bigger than Marvel. Where is he now? Nowhere. No, he's doing like he wrote and directed a movie, I think, a couple years ago. And I like Edward Norton. I think Death to Smoochie is one of his best movies. I fucking love that movie. Fight Club, American History X. The dude is an insanely talented actor. What was it? The Italian Job. Edward Norton is an insanely talented actor, but he thought he was too big for that, and he got smacked down. And you know what? Like, what did Robert Downey Jr. do? Motherfucker played ball, and he got like $70 million to do Infinity War and Endgame or some crap like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then also Robert Downey Jr. fought to make sure that all of his co-stars got very near equal pay. So it's like the dude played ball, and then he leveraged his power for the benefit of other people, and not because he wanted like an extra fucking dressing room or some crap like that. So there's a difference there. I mean, there's a very big difference there, and all that stuff. Okay, let's go on here. All right. So, yeah, Music Man, Death to Smoochie is great. That's right. Hold on. He told the story on... Carlos Maldonado says, restore the Norton verse. Yeah, I guess. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. I saw Fourth make a comment here about... he told the story on Joe Rogan. It sounds nothing like what you're saying. Yeah, he's going to make himself sound better in that story. But we've all known this stuff for years. This ain't new. This ain't new at all, man. Anyway, let's get into Simp for Wanda.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God.
But wait, first, hello.
What's going on, dude?
Nothing much.
What, no simp for Sylvie? You're not gonna.
Nah,
Wanda's over. Wanda's done, dude. Wanda's done. It's all about
simp
Sylvie
for
these
Wanda.
days.
But do you see what I got?
Let me
Hot
bring you.
toys of.
Oh, you got a Captain Marvel hot toy?
It was the cheapest one. Don't.
It was the cheapest one. I don't know if I would brag about that. Like, you should have saved your money. What's the one in the middle? I can't tell.
That's a collector's edition for the Division 2.
Oh, okay, nice. And then obviously I see Thor and Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And then of course you've got the
Trident.
child. Oh yeah.
Two.
Oh yeah.
I got another.
I'm more looking at the child you got back there. Yeah. I have the
I
same
got
one.
2 of them.
Yeah, me too. We got one for me, one for my kid. Because when my girlfriend brought one home for me, my daughter's like, mine. I'm all like, no. It's not yours, it's mine.
All right. My question is, it has to do with.
Spawn number 301.
It has to do with the Spawn movie that Todd McFarlane has. Do you think we will ever see it?
Oh man, I don't know, dude. Like, I think Todd McFarlane is like, he's kind of like when they announced.
You're talking to a big Todd McFarlane and Spawn fan, so
I'm not. No. I'm not criticizing like anything that he's created. I'm talking about like just how the whole rollout, from my understanding, has taken place. Because here's the thing, I want to see it too. 1997 Spawn, like I saw that shit in theaters. I had the soundtrack. For what it's worth, I enjoyed the movie. It has a lot of problems. Don't get me wrong, but John Leguizamo was pretty good in that film. And I still find it really funny when they shot that like Melinda Clark in the face in like the PG-13 cut, like they shoot her one time and said there's one bullet hole, but in the unrated cut, he unloads the entire magazine into her.
Oh
And there's
yeah.
still the one bullet hole. And you're like, wow, those are some real magic bullets, like some real runaway shit. So my understanding is like when he announced it a couple years ago, he said it was going to be a hard R film. That got me excited. And then he's like, we got Jamie Foxx to play Spawn.
I still think he's cast for Spawn. So
I don't think he's not. Yeah, I think maybe, but he also his show was just canceled over on Netflix. That show he did a 3-camera comedy with his daughter. I think it's called like Dad, You're Embarrassing Me or something. That did one season that just got canceled, but he still has an overall deal with Netflix to produce content. My question is, because Netflix is clearly in the business of trying to adapt anime and adapt cartoons and geek related content, and they seem to be really playing up that angle. Could there potentially be an angle to get Spawn over to Netflix, which I think would give Todd the greatest amount of freedom to create the vision he wants to create?
Yeah, I feel like that too. He's also trying to get up an animated TV series up again. So I was hoping Netflix can pick that up.
I'm thinking that like that's probably the best bet. That or Amazon would be, I think, like because they're getting into the darker side of comic books.
I mean, they also have Invincible, which is also a Image Comics too.
Yeah, so they've already got a deal there. So here's the thing: is it's really about trying to get maybe Seth Rogen to like take an interest in Spawn and get him, because he produced Invincible, he produced The Boys, he produced Preacher. He brought those shows to those networks, and those shows were very well received as a result. So Seth Rogen as a producer for this kind of shit is pretty good. So maybe. I would like to see them do something with it. I'd like to see them do something with Spawn, because I feel like the movies are good. Are those on HBO Max, by the way? Because I know those were on HBO.
I remember the movie being on HBO Max, but I don't know
because it was a New Line. It was a New Line movie.
Yeah, but I know for a fact the animated show is on there. I watch it like 3 times.
Is it on HBO Max?
The last time I checked.
Oh, okay. Because I wouldn't mind watching the show again. I really enjoyed watching it when I was younger. It was so dark and just like so vastly different than everything else I recall from that time. The only thing that I think came kind of close would be like Aeon Flux on MTV.
I haven't seen that. So
you've never seen Aeon Flux?
No, I'm 18, so I'm young.
Oh, dude. Oh, don't watch the feature film with with the Charlize Theron from 2003. It's terrible. It's god awful. Like, why were they? I don't even know why. That whole show, that show oozes sex and violence. It oozes sex and violence. Peter Chung, like, there's an episode. I'm not even kidding you. Like, there's an episode of the cartoon where it's like it starts off, and it's a cartoon, and the movie was live action, and it was god awful. But like in the cartoon, like the Aeon Flux is like making out with this guy. And like, we're talking like full on Frenching, like just tongues going everywhere, like really graphic. And then like the tongue on her pops open a little compartment in his mouth. And like, it's like a little scroll, like a little message, right? Like he had a fake tooth and inside was this little message. And then she has to do something. She has to get on there and like kill somebody, or there's something on there she has to kill. I forget what it is. So she's trying to they're floating, like they're flying, like she's in her hover car, he's on a train. All right. Like, and it's like the train's on tracks, but she's in a flying car. She has to then get on the train and try to like maneuver around it to get up to like stop this thing from happening. And at the end of the episode, she ends up going
through a drug trip. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. At the end of the short, she ends up like catching her foot on a rope, falling off of the train. The rope wraps around her neck, and then it shows her from like her point of view as she's falling, and you're watching the train get away, and then you just like it just suddenly cuts to black, and you hear a rope tighten and a neck snap, and like she's dead. And the thing is, in many of the episodes, she dies at the end of the episode, like violently. It is fucking insane. If you guys have seen Aeon Flux, right? It's great shit.
What the?
Yeah, it was Liquid Television on MTV.
How did that get away?
How did that get away? I don't know. The 90s were a wild time on MTV, man. If you can find like The Max, MAXX on MTV, or you can find The Head, The Head was an interesting show. I think it was a movie, really. It might have been like a show that they kind of put into a movie. It's basically an alien comes to Earth and he ends up moving into some dude's head.
Okay.
But he ends up but the head grows like a cone head, but like really big cone head. And so inside the head, the alien lives on top of the dude's brain.
Just like the movie Conehead?
No, well, not entirely, but it's like it's a very weird. They did a lot of weird animation back in the 90s on MTV. They really experimented with that stuff, and it's like we don't get we get some shit like that occasionally these days, but I so like it's nowhere near as nuts as it was back in the 90s, man. Like go watch like Spike and Mike Sick and Twisted from back in the day. You know, like there was one I saw. It was called Chirpy, where like a little yellow songbird like literally fucks a horse. And it's like graphic. And I watched this like in a theater with other people, and Weird Al was there. And I met Weird Al afterward.
Of course, Weird Al would be there.
It was so weird, dude. Like, you know, it's such a weird show. It's so crazy. Yeah, like again, like as far as Spawn is concerned, I would like to see more from that, very much so. But all right, man, I'm gonna let you go, guys. More people to get to, and but I appreciate you coming on in. Definitely check out look up Aeon Flux, AEON FLUX on YouTube. Watch some of the shorts,
all right.
And be prepared to go, what in the fuck was the 90s like at MTV? And the rest of us will go, back when MTV was good.
I mean, Ridiculousness is a good show, and Jackass too.
Jackass, I'll grant you. Ridiculousness is like MTV. Man, okay, look, man, when they did MTV University or MTV2 and it was more aimed for like the younger college age kids and shit like that, like I remember that crap. Like I remember it because I was in college and everything else as well. But don't even act like Ridiculousness is a good, like whatever, dude. What's the, that show is like, look, it's America's Funniest Home Video for the, like Tosh.0 is a better show than like Rob, is it Rob Dyrdek? Is that who it is on that show?
Rob.
Who hosts Ridiculous? Who hosts Ridiculous? What is it? Chanel 4000, whatever the fuck her name is. Like she's dumb, you know. Like everyone there is so dumb. It's just like no. You go watch Tosh.0. It's cringy, but at least it's funny. So
I got two shows that are apparently a drug trip to watch on YouTube now.
Yeah, man. Look up Liquid Television also. Watch Liquid Television.
Liquid Television.
Yeah,
oh, God.
yeah. Like Liquid Television. I had like the VHS, the Best of Liquid Television, like volume 1 or something on VHS from back in the day. I watched it a bunch. It was great. Yeah, there's a lot of really like subversive comedy that you find in animation from the 90s. I think you'd be very happy with it.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if I was.
No, I think you would be. Just remember, don't masturbate to Aeon Flux. That's my only thing.
What the?
You'll know when you watch it. Trust me when I say this. You will know when you watch it. But the episodes are short, and I doubt you'll finish before it's over, and she usually dies. So there we go.
All right, well then, ending on that note.
I like to make it awkward and weird. But go watch it, seriously, and then report back what you thought. I don't want to know if you whacked it, but I want to know what you thought about it, though.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot, and Simp for Wanda. I'll see you later. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you. I embarrassed him. I feel bad. Let's see here. HBart's here, $2 says Orlando said simp for Matt. Damn straight. Thank you very much, Orlando. Shogun Orta says here, the creator of Aeon Flux also created Rugrats. Crazy. Wait. Peter Chung created Rugrats? Did he create Rugrats? Oh wow. No, he did he create? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm just looking to see here if I know he did. He worked on the lead creative designer for the original Turtles cartoon. He co-designed the characters in Nickelodeon's Rugrats, and he co-directed the pilot. Wow. Oh, wow. That is definitely something. That is definitely something. They did do 3 seasons of Aeon Flux though, which are wild. It's definitely wild. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Simp for Aeon, damn straight. Let's see here. Okay. All right, let me just, if I missed anything else here. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, so let's get to Garguts. How you doing, buddy? He was here. Garguts was here. It appears he is not here. So Garguts, message me when you come back, and I'll bring you on. All right, Flicks, Picks, and God damn it, I can never see the rest of your name. Oh, and the Nitpicks. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me?
I can, sir. I can. Welcome to Hollywood After Dark. What's on your mind?
Ain't nothing. That was actually some very interesting information about Eon Flux having anything to do with the Ninja Turtles and other things that actually blew my mind for a little bit. I was like, damn, I didn't even know that Rugrat.
I didn't know that either. Yeah. Apparently Peter Chung did like the intro to the show, which I kind of get that now. You know, I kind of get that.
I'm not gonna lie, when I get off there, I'm gonna look back into it, but I could kind of buy into that shit. That's like crazy as fuck. Eon Flux is like weird as fuck to me, but it was weird as fuck in an interesting way, because I think right around that time I got put onto anime, and I didn't even know about Eon Flux, but Eon Flux was very what they call it, cyberpunk.
I mean, yeah, you could call it like a mix of cyber. I think a little mix of like Steam, definitely influenced by at the time it was called Japanimation. You know, like it had Eastern influences and also Western influences. It was a very interesting mishmash. Very highly detailed. You know what I mean? Like it felt.
No, without question, that I do recall, because I remember
Yeah.
being really impressed with the animation style, the way they drew things, even the shit where she caught the bug in her eyelash, if I remember.
Oh yeah, that was the intro. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that used to throw me the fuck off, but I ain't gonna front, like, for a dude that ain't really accustomed to shit like that. I was like, yo, this is kind of interesting. And I remember watching that shit. I think it was like they had like a marathon of that joint. And I was like, yeah, how the knee high. And I was watching this. I was like, oh, son, this is kind of really something I ain't accustomed to, but it was real interesting because it was very abstract for the type of art styles that I was more accustomed to.
Yeah.
And it really kind of like made me explore different type of avenues, especially for this to been, I think it was, I guess you could call it more American anime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Out of Print here says Aeon Flux was ahead of its time, although it's not considered anime, or it's not anime. But here's the thing though. It's experimental. You know what I mean? And it's very kind of like, like the fact that HBO or not HBO, that MTV like allowed for this to be aired. Like they actually like it's counterculture. That's the word I want to use. It's very counterculture.
That might be most appropriate, especially for the time in the 90s, but I will not lie. One thing that I actually thought was very impressive that most people do not talk of was the 3D animation for, what was it? Spider-Man. That was supposed to be actually in continuity, but not exactly. I don't know. But I remember at the time they were trying to say it was supposed to be, when they put it out, it was between Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. And they were trying to say it was in continuity, where Eve the rapper played a character in it. I don't know if you recall it, but it was 3D animation. But it was very much like, I don't know if we want to go along the realm of experimental, but it definitely was elevation in animation and retelling that
I personally don't
pay attention to.
Yeah, I personally don't remember. You know, like I just don't remember that particular show. But then again, like in 2002, I was 20. You know, and then in 2004, I was 22. So it's like, you know, so like I wasn't really watching a lot of cartoons at that point in time. So
lie, if you get a chance or opportunity, give it a chance. It's actually pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking good for what they were trying to do at the time. Don't get me wrong, like, but it was the storytelling was pretty fucking good. I think you might enjoy it.
Well, if I ever come across it, I'll definitely give it a watch. Hopefully they start putting all that crap up on Disney Plus. I know they've done a lot of Spider-Man stuff over there, so I can watch it. But hey, man, I'm gonna let you go so I can get to the last guy because I got to get to bed here pretty soon.
Nah, no worries, man. Enjoy your night and all that, man. Appreciate just being on for a little bit.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on by, and we'll talk again soon.
Facts.
Thank you very much. All right, everyone. So the final caller of the night. Let's see if he gets back to his microphone. I can see you on camera, Gargetts. Where are you, buddy? Where are you? Why are you trying to? I can't even do it. I'll just bring him up here till he comes back. But all right, let's take a look here at the chat. Let's see here. Okay, he got. I'm just looking at the chat here. All right, so Aeon Flux is definitely influenced by the hyper-graphic anime that was big in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I mean, if you even look at like Heavy Metal, because we watched the trailer for Heavy Metal the other night, and that's definitely like early 80s. So that was, and that was pretty hyper-graphic for back then. And now we get shit like fucking Steven Universe, which just looks like it's Cal Arts, and it's like, hi everybody, I can't draw a fucking nose. Anyway.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? You are the last one of the evening.
Thank you. Last man standing. Like
That's
I said,
right.
I always like that. I always like, oh, wait, am I too loud? Sorry. Check.
No, you're fine. You're good, dude. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. I never know.
Just don't run that washing machine behind you. We'll be fine.
The washing machine behind me? God,
Is it a dryer? I can't tell. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, man. Enzime here says, Garage Man Caver. I like it. Yeah. That might be me in a couple of years. Christ, dude, as my children get older, like I'm going to need to give I have 2 daughters and they share a room right now. And I have the other office and we have the bedroom. So if they get older, if I don't find a way to expand my house, I'm going to lose my office. I'll be in the garage in like the middle of the winter when it's snowing out going like, hi, everyone. This is Matt Jarba with Hollywood After Dark, I'll be like, fuck. So hopefully we'll be able to get something going by then. But anyway, man, like what's on your mind for tonight?
Man, I was just commenting on everything tonight, dude. That shit was fucking getting wild tonight.
Like the Aeon Flux stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I feel bad because I feel like I might have embarrassed like making a crack about like don't jerk off to it, but I was just laughing.
You know what? I think I might have been there at one point. No, I'm playing. I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, earlier today I was talking about I was on another podcast and we're talking about the 5 best or 6 best voiceover guys. And I couldn't name them all, but the voiceover guys they did like a Guys in the Limo video back in the day.
Let me take a look here. Guys in the Limo or in a
Yeah, 5 guys in a limo. And
5. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's In a World. How long?
Yeah, and it's a NBC, CBS guy probably, and it's I know the Disney guy's there. Then you got the only black guy that was a voice actor, a voiceover guy in the 90s.
Who? Oh, I see Michael Buffer. Let's see. Oh, it's starring Don LaFontaine, John Leader, Al Chalk, Mark Elliott, and Nick Tate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guys. I mean, I know Don LaFontaine. The other ones, I don't. I guarantee you, I'd recognize probably their voice, but I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to look at this shit and you'd be like, oh, NBC.
Yeah. Well,
Fox.
Don LaFontaine, he did SNL, didn't he?
He did everything. He did everything from like what since the 70s, 1960s.
Okay.
That was his first. What he was doing. He was like I think he was like a janitor or some bullshit. He was like working his way up, and then somebody didn't show up for their voiceover, so they asked him to do it, and that's how he got started.
Yeah, see, it's like I did a tester today. Like I was trying to be like professional because I need to start building out my demo. No, you're fine, dude. You sound great.
Okay.
We both have the same microphone. It's like fucking sexy. So,
like, making microphone sex.
Like,
yes.
In a world where I vibrate your vagina
with
like
my
this,
microphone.
It's like that scene from fucking Private Parts where this woman's like, Howard, oh my God, Howard.
Oh yeah.
I just want you. And he's like, I want you to go and get your subwoofer. Okay. I want you to like, come, like lean over your, like straddle your subwoofer and just hold on. It's a like
yeah.
the woman just like finishes. And I was 15 and my mom took me to see that movie when it
like
on opening day.
Oh my God.
And like my mom took me to go see that movie and she was like, what did I take my 15-year-old to go see? And I'm watching this and I'm like, Mom, I need to get in the radio. Like, this is what I need to do, Mom. This is what I need to do. Get in the radio, Mom. And it's funny because like my dad actually, when he was in college, he was in the college radio and he actually got fired because he made a very obscene joke for like the late, which it would have been fine now, but like in the 70s, it was like not a good thing. And so I think it was called I think it was called the Torpedo, and it was the first feminine roll-on like deodorizer. Like it was, I'll have to ask him tomorrow when I see him like what it was. But the idea was it was basically like a deodorant for like the vagina. And he made a commercial about it and he ran it on the air. And this is in the 70s. So you know how it is. They're all like, oh my God, pearl clutching, cow training and all that shit. And so he's cracking up now because he'll like tune into my stuff. And he's all like, he said to me the other day, he's like, I kind of wish I could get into that too. And I'm like, I bought you a fucking microphone. Like, you've been semi-retired for the last year because of COVID. Just sit in front of the computer and fucking talk. I'm going to yell at him tomorrow about that too when I see him. I'm going to yell at him like, Dad, you're 63 years old, huh? You only got one life to live. Fucking, you want to get on the internet and rage about politics? By all means, you've earned it. Get on the internet and rage about politics and shit. Like, you might have missed your window with Trump, but you know what? Hey, he's still around. So it's like
you might have missed your window. No, the window's still there.
Yeah, right. Oh, sorry. Shifty Gizmo's right. It was Don Pardo. That's right. And yeah. No, Jenna Jameson was in the movie. Jenna Jameson was fully nude in
which movie?
In Private Parts.
Oh yeah, dude. I went to that, and my friend's dad took us, and we're just like, oh, when the girls come in, we're just like,
yeah, no.
And dad's like, yeah.
And then in 2008, Jenna Jameson starred in a movie called Zombie Strippers. And I'm not kidding you. She's literally on the box art for it. I'm not even making that up. If I could find a decent size. It's because I remember seeing this movie. Like I remember hearing about this movie when it first came out, and I'm all like, "What? There's no way." Like this is a thing. And so I never watched the whole thing, but like I saw bits and pieces of it. And like at one point, Jenna Jameson, like she's dancing and she's fully nude and she bends over and you get full on clam shot.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, for one, I've never, like, it's not like I've never seen that before. Cause I clearly have a lot. The 90s.
That's why I said that. Wait, did you see Black Widow yet? Did she show her Black Widow yet?
No, she hasn't done. No. If you want to see that, watch Under the Skin.
I mean, I'm hoping.
No, you really do. If you watch that movie, you will. Yeah, like she gets fully in that one. Yeah, she gets fully in that.
I mean, after her nudes got leaked, why not? Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, those were from like 2014, I think. So it's a little bit on the different side. I mean, I get it, but yeah, it's kind of it's a thing.
It's still great. I mean, it's not like Paris Hilton answering the phone or nothing. That'd have been great though. It'd have been like Clive Owen doing that.
Paris Hilton. I know that reference. Oh my God, I know that reference. The Paris Hilton answering the phone. Who stops mid-act and answers the phone while you're on camera. I'm just saying it's one of the most unprofessional things I've ever seen in my entire life. Not to say that One Night in Paris was a good movie. The plot was lame, the sex scenes were repetitive, and the quality was terrible. But still, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's an old movie called One Night in Paris. And One Night in Paris is a Raya full-on clam shot.
Yeah, full-on clam shot.
It is a full-on clam shot. It is a full-on clam. I mean, I know that sounds terrible here.
Have you ever ate clam? It was great.
Let's see. Like, it's just, oh my God. One night.
One night in Paris.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. I should go back and like really find a way to like narrate porn trailers or something.
In
just
a world
for shits and grins.
where the labia is 3 inches longer.
In a world where a man has a $1 million insurance policy on his dick, anything is possible.
Wait,
that's
hold
actually on. Kieran Lee. Kieran Lee has a $1 million insurance policy on his junk.
I guess I wish Prince, what's his name? Prince Joshua, they got his dick broken twice filming porn. Had that on him.
Dude, I have seen those situations, and my God. You know what I mean?
God.
Not that I mean
fucking Jim Ross now.
Not that I'm a connoisseur or anything, you know what I mean? I just I've seen a fair amount over the years. But like there's some scenes there are some scenes where like you can tell that dude is not walking away happy. And it's like my God, because this is like the thing where it's so unrealistic at this point. You're like, someone's gonna get hurt. And that's kind of what dude, what the fuck? You want to see what the fuck, dude? Here we go. This is the box art for One Night in Paris. This is the actual box art for the 2-disc collector's edition, including 1 hour of never before seen footage, which like wasn't any good.
Did you ever see Mad TV after One Night in Paris was released?
No.
They did a what is it, Powerpuff Girl Mad TV thing where Bubbles starts answering the phone during sex, and I was like,
oh,
what is going on? These fucking goddamn Mad TV was great. I bet you that fucking episode is probably banned now.
Most likely. I would argue that like a lot of this stuff is probably like from back in the day. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to do that kind of crap anymore. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Let's just.
Oh, it's Buttercup. That's who it was.
Oh, it's Buttercup. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you build me up, Buttercup baby? Just anyway. So this is also another one here that they released for a while. Jerry Springer, undressed, unleashed, uncensored.
Oh no.
And this is like you watch this, and I've seen a bunch of these because I rented them from Blockbuster when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
And
took like 12 months to get out, but yeah.
They release them, and they're like an hour long, and they're just like the highlight clips where there's like nudity and fighting, and like the swear words aren't cut off or nothing like that. And there's a simp for one is like, what the hell did I come back to? Like a conversation.
Getting into some good shit right here. Some
good
old American fucking history.
Yeah. Even Jerry has one. No. Jerry's got, this is volume 1. This is just like the uncensored show.
Dude, that guy looks like a fucking Chris Benoit mixed with HBK in the middle.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. You know, it's like this. And I saw like, I remember, see, the thing is, I don't know how old you are, Garguts, but like I grew up with,
my 30s.
Yeah. So, I mean, you probably grew up like I did with Jerry Springer. Like a lot of the time I grew up with Jerry Springer.
Of course. Dude, I still watch it.
So yeah, when you grow up with Jerry Springer, you have to like, you're going to laugh because it's literally just like, everyone, you go to school and everyone's like, put on Jerry Springer. Cause that's what happened when I was in health class. We had like, cause we had an hour and a half long, we had block scheduling. So we would have a lot of free time once the teacher was done teaching us about the birds and the bees. And then he's like, what do you guys want to watch on TV? And it was like at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, dude, fucking Jerry Springer's on. Like, all right. And then we're sitting in a class and like, you have a class of like 20 students. Everyone's like, Jerry. This is in high school in the 90s, man. They would never let that
put
shit
it
fly
on
these days.
I had friends that were actually on the Jerry Springer show. They flew him out there. They gave him money. They gave him a hotel for the weekend. They stayed in like kind of like a suite, and it was very minimal of ghetto living. But they did their job for a script.
Yeah, no, that's the thing too. Is like a friend of mine ended up getting on Judge Judy a number of years ago, and he's like, yeah, but they had it was like him and his ex-girlfriend versus like her ex-boyfriend or something, and some kind of dispute over cash or property or whatever. It doesn't matter. And he's like, yeah, they flew us to fucking Chicago, or yeah, I think it was Chicago, and they put us up at a hotel, and we went out there and we did it, and then we flew us back the next day. Like they just, I mean, the thing is like, Judge Judy Scheinlin has made like over $100 million off of Judge Judy.
Yeah.
I mean, like she's ending the show, but the syndication royalties alone are worth just like tens of millions of dollars. Yeah. And so, cause she's getting up there in years, but she knows the show's super popular. And so she's retiring. I think it's already off the air, but she's just going to sit there and just continuously make fat cash off of all the royalty payments because people like that kind of shit. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I like that kind of stuff. I remember watching People's Court, like dun dun, like George Wapner, man.
Dude, People's Court. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah. Judge Joe Brown was there too. Judge Mills Lane was one.
Yeah.
But let's get it on. But Judge Mills Lane had a bit of a double thing from the 90s because of Celebrity Deathmatch. And because he was the referee in Celebrity Deathmatch as well.
And he was still doing boxing.
Yeah, well, you've seen Celebrity Deathmatch, right?
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh my God, that shit was great.
Loved it. It was so big that they did 3-4 seasons, and then they did real celebrity boxing after that.
Oh yeah. Well, that they actually, because it was on, I believe it was on. I think MTV had Celebrity Deathmatch.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went off of MTV, and then it came back to like fucking UPN, right? It came back to UPN.
That's gross.
For a brief revival. A couple years later, I think, and then like it's supposedly the last I heard is Ice Cube has the rights to it, and Ice Cube is developing it for television. Like I heard about that a long time. I did a video on it too. It's like Ice Cube is going to be doing Celebrity Deathmatch. Like, all right, man.
That's weird, but all right, fuck it. I hope they have. Oh no, what's his name's dead, right? The main commentator, the guy who did Gomez Adams, right? Was that him?
I don't think it was Sean Astin.
No. The cartoon.
Oh, Raul Julia. Are you talking about Raul Julia?
The cartoon version.
Oh. I
don't remember his name, but I just know that fucking voice of fucking the commentator was always in a lot of cartoons.
Let's see. It had Len Maxwell, Chris Edgerly.
I think that was the other guy.
Jim Thornton.
I don't know. It might be the guy that's dead now. So
that's like,
yeah, damn. It's only the three of them. All three of them.
They did. Dude. They did. Okay, they've done 6 seasons of Celebrity Deathmatch. Yeah. They did. Season 1 had 12 episodes. Season 2 had 21 episodes. Season 3 had 25 episodes. Season 4 had 19, and then seasons 5 and season 6 both had 8.
Johnny Gomez, was it? No. That was
Johnny Gomez was one of the 2 commentators. Originally, it was Maurice Schlaffer, who did it from 98 to 2002, and he doesn't have a Wikipedia page, so it's hard to tell. Let's see here, Maurice Schlaffer. It's possible that he has passed away. No, not that I see, but he hasn't done anything since 2003.
Wow.
So
you walked away.
I mean,
I think it might. No, Johnny Gomez was the co-host. No, he was.
Yeah, it was Johnny Gomez and Nick Diamond.
Okay, Nick Diamond was okay. I remember the guy with the mustache. That's all I remember.
That was Nick Diamond.
Okay, that's the guy.
And then you had Mills Lane.
Yep, Mills Lane.
And then he played himself from 1998 to 2002. You had like Stone Cold Steve Austin playing himself, which was great. You had Debbie Matenopoulos.
Jesus.
She played herself. I'm trying to remember
I remember that Debbie Matenopoulos. I remember that.
I remember like thinking like she was so like I like very kind of like into her back in the day. And you know, adolescent Ute, checking out the hotties. And then yeah, who else is in there? You had like I mean, yeah, there was like different people that jumped on, temporary co-hosts like Jack Nicholson, Gilbert Gottfried, Sam Donaldson, like the actual like ABC anchor.
Oh my god. I remember Gilbert Godfrey on there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I loved all that. And I guess it started on a show called Cartoon Sushi, which was an which is an animation showcase program that aired on MTV from 1997 to 1998.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then Marv Albert was on there too. Oh god damn it. Marv Albert. Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He was Buck Lee.
So okay, so there hasn't been any updates since 2018 in regards to
I
Ice
thought they were
Cube.
coming back.
You know, that's what I'm saying is like it was in 2018 is when the announcement was made that Celebrity Deathmatch was coming back, that Ice Cube was producing it, and there's been nothing on there since then. Even the guy Eric Fogel who created the show, even he said it was like, I had some conversations, but there's nothing I can announce officially. So that's unfortunate.
COVID. Same thing.
Yeah,
same
you know,
with-
2019. Sure. Yeah, COVID happens.
What about X-Men? That new that they were gonna revive it. Remember that shit? It was a big thing, and nothing ever happened.
Well, they're going to revive the X-Men animated series?
Yeah,
I never heard about that at all. But I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I've just never heard of it.
really. That's what I'm saying. I fucking hate fucking Facebook, fucking news, and Twitter news.
Animated series revival. All right. Well, they did put the X-Men animated series. Hold on. MovieWeb does say this here that X-Men the animated series producer shares a Disney Plus revival update saying it's been crickets. So according to him, he said here, we've let it be known like, hey, we're still here. We're not under the ground. We really want to pick up where we left off, but it's been crickets. So I have no idea what they're doing. When I saw that WandaVision thing, I was like, oh my God, they're taking the first baby step, but we haven't heard anything. So I don't have anything to report.
Nothing.
Yeah. Like he says here, you know, he does go on to say that he would love to reboot the series because we lost the voice actor who did Cyclops. Norm Spencer passed away. And then the guy who did Magneto also passed away. The guy who did Juggernaut passed away. All of these within the last 5 years. So it's like, hey guys, come on.
Well, they kept killing them. They kept killing them anyways in the fucking anime.
You're gonna have to sit there and you know, you're gonna have to sit there. If they do get a revival off of this shit, they're gonna need to recast it anyway. I think here's the thing: you could literally have it be whatever voice you want, right? You could totally have it be whatever you want, as long as the theme song remains the same. You know, as long as you hear which they did do in the opening of the fucking 2000 X-Men movie, which was really impressive at the time.
Oh yeah,
they did. In the opening, they played the theme song from the cartoon show, a little bit different of a way, but in the movie nonetheless. And you're like, God damn, that was cool. Like I remember seeing that and going like, wait a minute, they're doing the X-Men animated show. You know, like I was 18 and my head just went like, and I was in it. And that's the thing too, is like, it's kind of like, in the 2002 Spider-Man movie, in the end credits, you do hear the original Spider-Man theme song in the end credits of the movie.
So dude.
And then
it's like when you look at the Andrew Garfield one and you hear fucking, Along Came a Spider and Along Came the Rain or whatever, and Wash the Spider Out. I was just like, really?
What I thought was really funny was in the Simpsons movie, they had Spider Pig, and then in the end credits for the Simpsons movie, they played the full song. They actually did a full rendition of it. Spider Pig does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out. Here comes the spider pig. It was like in the same notes as it was great. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. You know, like I just, that was good shit.
You You ever watch like people that do like video thesis or whatever, and there's this one guy and he was like, I want you to sing me Star Wars, and everybody starts singing Star Wars, and he goes, I want you to sing me a Marvel theme song, and it was just like, and then you hear one guy in the background, Spider-Man. God damn it, I love that.
It's probably like, yeah, it's probably the only real theme song that there is,
I mean, after watching Avengers for like 12 years, you get that fucking theme song in your head.
Oh yeah. I mean, they've done like a good job. The theme music for the Avengers movies I really like. I also really enjoyed how in Iron Man 1, they had the theme song from the Iron Man cartoon play as Rhodey's ringtone.
Dude.
So, like, that was pretty cool. And I love that little Easter egg that they added in there. So, I mean, the thing is, like, and then a lot of people might go, wait, what the fuck was there an animated Iron Man show? And it's like, it played at the same time. There was an animated fucking Fantastic Four series as well, which played at the same time as the X-Men and the Spider-Man shows.
Funny you say that. I was watching Fantastic Four last night, and I watched 3 episodes. God damn, there's so many goddamn people that come together for that shit.
Oh my! I tell you this though, when back in 2005, when they were when they were getting ready to release the new movie, they put out the DVD box set of, like, I think it was like all 3 seasons of the Fantastic Four show. Yeah. And I bought I bought the box set, and I went home and I started watching it, and I'm like, oh wow, this is not good.
Yeah, terrible.
And but then again, I will say this though, I found somebody a long time ago on a Craigslist who was selling a bootleg copy of the X-Men animated series. That it actually, because what it was is the guy bought it. The guy bought it, I think, from eBay, because back when you could find a bunch of pirated shit on eBay. And I think he was just caught ripping the discs himself. He was just creating clones, and he was just selling the clones for $20 a pop on Craigslist, because who's gonna bust him for like selling a DVD of an animated show that wasn't even on DVD at the time? These are all just rips from television. So I actually met the guy, handed him $20, and I got like this. It was just all like in a paper sleeve. Like, it was like 5 discs crammed into one paper sleeve. That's what it was, and like, I went home and I watched a bunch of the episodes, and I'm like, for one, they looked okay. 2, they were still good.
I mean, what were they? They were all VCD.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean, this was DVD, so this wasn't VCD, but like,
okay.
But like, I mean, what it was is these were like DivX rips. You know what I mean? Like, when I say DivX, what I mean is like DivX encoding. The DivX codec was very much used for high compression of a lot of these digital files back in the day. And because there's even like, when I first started dabbling in the whole, like, how to download shit when I was 18, they had a whole video file that was called ASF. It wasn't AVI or MOV. It was ASF. It was highly compressed, more compressed than AVI.
Is that when you were like exporting your own videos, or
no? That was like, okay. So I ended up, it's been a long time, but I don't know what the statute of limitations is for this. But I was legally acquiring copies of things that I already had legally purchased. Okay. So I was just acquiring backups is the story I'm going to use. And
hey, that Napster shit never even lasted with those people. All right, don't even worry about it.
This shit was before Napster. This was before Napster. This was like right before Napster. I remember when Napster dropped, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" Because beforehand, if you wanted to pirate anything, you had to go and like either get into user. Well, there's peer to peer, and that was actually what I did through IRC. So I ended up learning IRC and getting into some of these IRC groups, and I forget how I got introduced into this kind of shit. But like, I would go in and I would download, like let's say it was like the movie The Mexican with Brad Pitt. It was a cam copy of The Mexican.
It'd be a huge FTP file. That's what it would be.
Well, no, because the file transfer protocol, you could FTP it at the time, but like I'm talking like the specific video file types. So like back then you did have. I'm sorry, what?
It was faster.
Well, it was faster if you were going off of someone's, like, downloading from someone's like computer, because that's kind of what you would do at the time.
Yeah.
And it would all be dependent on like how much bandwidth they had available and how many other people were downloading. It was a weird thing because because peer-to-peer kind of sucks. So if there's a slow connection,
Yeah, that's what it was.
but like I remember getting a copy of the Mexican. It was this terrible fucking cam copy, because back when cams were just like someone would take in their full VHS recorder, their VHS camcorder into the theater.
Yeah.
And I got it, and it was in an ASF file, and I had to download like Windows Movie Player wouldn't play the codec, right? Like I had to, because now you got VLC. VLC will play anything, like literally. But before VLC, you had like to download another media player that had these codecs already installed, and I think like pirates made it as a way to just allow other pirates to watch a lot of shit. So it was like really interesting how the technology evolved from 20 years ago to now. Cause like now I can just go into like, I can go to a torrent website. I can just type in Black Widow right now, and like the 4K copy will come up because the movie's on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just download the 4K copy, literally 3 clicks and I have it downloaded. The likelihood of getting caught doing that at this point in time is very minimal. Cause there was a real touch and go point for a while where like the MPAA and the RIAA were coming down hardcore on everybody. And like, you were getting like those notifications in the mail, like your IOSP would go like, we've received a complaint that you've been downloading illegal material.
Whoa,
and I got a couple of those, and my mom would come in and she's like, what are you downloading? And I'm like, it's not porn. Cause I can get that for free. But what it is like, no, I'm like, well, no, we watch these movies. And she's all like, can you just like not get caught? I'm like, all right, I'll slow down.
Back in the day, there used to be tape trader. So we used to do that back in the like at least 2000, 99, 2002 is the farthest I went. And then the internet came out and Kazaa came out, and that was it.
Oh, Kazaa was just so full of viruses.
You don't fucking download Paris Hilton and Britney Spears
like literally anything on there. Like it wasn't just like downloading like music. It was like, Kazaa was a lot of the viruses came from downloading like computer programs.
I think if you were like peeping in on what was going on and like what the details were before you download it, I think you're a little bit safe. But you're right on that, because there would be times I'm like, that's not the real file, man.
Yeah, I hate when they do that too. When they're like, do you want to get the latest Eminem track? And then it's just someone going, fuck you, like over and over and over and over and over again. Like, all right, I got trolled, but
trolled and fucking virused.
Yeah. Like I remember I tried downloading a cracked version of Battlefield 1942 when that first came out.
Yeah.
Got a virus off that one. You only have to, the thing is you only need to get a virus once, and then you become a real paranoid about it. And you just don't like, you either don't fuck with it, or you just, you get real good at predicting it. And so it's like, I had a friend of mine, my neighbor came over one time, and he's got his wife's laptop, and he's like, Matt, I need your help. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I got a virus on my wife's laptop. And I'm like, what'd you do? And he goes,
downloaded Aaron Andrews.
No. He's like, look at it. And he opens it up, and there's like this image there of like Obama, and it's all like, I want you to pay a ransom. And it was ransomware. And he got it on his wife's laptop because he was watching pornography, and he clicked on the wrong link. And I'm like, why aren't you using ad block software, you fucking moron? But whatever.
Why aren't you using porno?
He's like, yeah, pretty much. Like, what website were you on? Like, what? But anyway, they wanted like, I think they wanted like $200. Yeah, I don't know. Someone who wanted it. They wanted a couple $100 in order to like get away from, to get away from this thing. They still let it go. And I'm like, and then I had to go in there, and like I found the file. I deleted the file. He was all good. He's like, oh, thanks, man.
Wait,
I'm like, he's like,
what would happen to just shutting his computer off?
Well, because it still installed something. You had to go in and you had to remove the file in order to get rid of the virus. Get rid of the ransomware.
My friend's talking. He's all, dude, he got the same thing. He unplugged it from the wall and plugged it back in. And his shit was fine.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't turn it off. We figured it out. And he was very thankful because like his wife never knew. And I'm all like, just don't use your wife's laptop to go and jerk off, dude. Like, actually, like, I don't know. I mean, you got 4 kids with your wife. Clearly, you guys have an active life. You know, I don't know. But I just thought that was really funny because he came over all paranoid and like just like my laptop, man. I even did a video. I even did a video on the Mundane Matt channel called "Obama Doesn't Watch You Masturbate." And I'm not even kidding you. I did a video about that like way back in the day. This is like, hold on, Obama doesn't watch you. Oh, I must have deleted it. That sucks. Oh no. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's absolutely. I'll show you guys. It's absolutely here. This is absolutely a real video that I made. This is a real video that I made. Back, it's unlisted right now, but it's back from October 6th, 2013. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is back when I used the iPhone iMovie, and like this whole thing is on iMovie. It's like literally just on iMovie.
I think it was like, is this 2013 or 14?
This is 2013. This is before Gamergate. Long time before Gamergate.
This is before I fucking found you.
Yeah, this is old me right here. And yeah, so like I ended up doing a video about that, and it's you know, like a guy here is like, hey, thanks for the I guarantee you, like none of these people are still subscribed to me. I guarantee you none of these people are still subscribed. But it was really funny. Well, maybe, yeah, not on that channel at least, but like that was always really funny. Like, because I went and just, you know, jokingly talked about that. Shiftygism here says, Matt's friend needed an Amazon Fire Stick. No, Matt's friend just needed to not be an idiot. This guy was, I've known this guy for years. He's great, but he's an idiot. Like, trust me. Like, this is the kind of guy who he literally failed. Like he was working for the power company as basically like a meter checker, right? And he loved his job because like it was the easiest thing on the planet. Yeah. And you know, to go out there and just check meters, and he always got like the far out like locations. So he would drive out to like the edge of San Diego County, which is a pretty big county, and check these meters and whatnot. And then they all went digital. So then he was basically out of a job, and he's like, fuck, what am I going to do? Like, I'm a piehead. What am I, you know, and I'm pretty sure other things. And I'm like, you know, like,
I'm not a piehead. I swear.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. He clearly, you know, he was too hyper to just be on weed. It was something else. And, but then what happened is like his boss basically said like, all right, we're not going to fire you, but we're going to put you on like our ditch digging team. So he went from having like the easiest job at the power company to literally digging ditches in like the summer heat in San Diego. But the thing is though, by just sticking with that for like, I think it was like 6 months or something, they put him out there on like the road crew where like, he's the one who sets up all of the cones, right? All the cones and he's out there for like 10, 12 hours at a time. But his only job is to just be out there with those cones and like take them back. But because of that, and because the way that the law works in regards,
goddamn good job.
Yeah, because of all the overtime he gets and double time and everything else, he generally pulls in about over $100,000 a year. Before then, his wife was the primary bread earner. And like that was a bit of contention between the two of them because like, you know, he's like, I'm a man and she makes more money, but she worked for the parks department. And then he comes out and he gets his job pulling over 100K a year. And that whole dynamic changed. And trust me, they would fight and it would get loud and I would hear it because they were my literal next door neighbor. But like, I'm just telling you, it's like he failed upward to this $100,000 a year job. Like he
was abusing her, throwing bricks of money at her face. And what? Get out of my fucking way.
I'm just saying, it's like, you know, this is just crazy stuff, dude. Like crazy shit from way back in the day.
That is fucking crazy, though. Just imagine how much anger he was feeling. I'm the piece of shit. I'm the piece of shit. Oh, I'm the piece of shit so much that I got this badass job and I'm making more money than you. And what? And what? And what?
Oh yeah, and then like I think he got his kids.
It was like
into
Batman.
Like, yeah, like they all just kind of like worked their way into, like, I should have gone to the fucking power company and shit. Like, dude, hook me up, man. I'm like, I don't want to dig no ditches, but I can totally put up a
Now,
sign.
now digging the ditch. I was gonna say like I was gonna go for like a Rob Zombie, maybe a life joke there, but damn, this whole thing.
Oh, well, it's funny you bring up Rob Zombie, because we were talking about like people doing other jobs before getting into whatever they were into. You know, Rob Zombie used to be a set designer for porn films, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he went over to work on Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse, or Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Whoa,
As a-
that was the
as a-
same
as a-
year.
Not
No.
I don't know, the same year or whatever, but it was definitely, he was a set designer for that.
You know what? That makes it very weird. Now that I'm gonna look at Pee Wee's Playhouse, it's definitely a porn set.
It's
You
yeah,
wanna-
look, yeah. You're like, yeah, I can see someone fucking on that couch.
Yeah, I could see somebody fucking the goddamn genie that just died the other day. Make a lick a high. Make a lick a hiney.
Oh, that's the sound I make when I come.
God damn it.
Make a leg high, make a leg high.
All
All right. On that note, I think it's time to wrap it up because I said I was going to be out here in an hour and it's been like a well past that. So, but I appreciate you coming on by, Garguts. I really do.
Yep.
And it's always fun to chat with you. And if anyone here is having a good time, if you guys have enjoyed this, toss a fucking like, you know what, subscribe, become a channel member. I don't fucking care. Do at least leave a comment, leave a like, all that shit. This shit's pretty funny. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow night, depending on how late I'm out, because I have a whole family thing to do. But Sunday night for certain, if I'm on, you'll see me. You know, look for like the brand new thumbnail design, which I think actually works out okay. It works out all right. I kind of dig it. So
Yeah, I like it.
yeah, it's like I was playing around with it. My green is kind of my color, so I'm like, it's, you know, works. So we'll go with that for right now.
Your eyes are more reddish, not green.
Yeah, well, in this, well, I've got other avatars. I can hold. Let me move. I can edit this. I can go back to 2016 Matt.
Damn.
I can go back to Laser Eyes Matt. I can do the Boulder King.
I like.
And here's one that I made that I haven't done anything with yet, but I actually did make this. I made this one.
The Joker.
No, it's like like the troll face, but with a joke, with the jester. I mean, like, I actually put that together. Like, it's a couple clip arts that I found online for free, but I was able to make it like work really well. So I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't done anything with it yet. I don't know if I'm going to or not. So
You better.
yeah, that's definitely something there. But all right. Oh yeah. And then of course, Keith here says the lead singer of Power Man 5000 is Rob Zombie's brother. That's right, dude. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love Power Man 5000. Wait, hold on. What about 2008 Comic-Con? What happened in 2008 Comic-Con? I have to. I remember 2000 Comic-Con, 2007 Comic-Con.
Swine flu?
No, that was 2009. 2009 was swine flu. Because I remember that's when Halo Reach came out, and I made my clan tag H1N1.
I toasted to H1N1 for my birthday, or for swine flu. So I don't know. If
Wait, what photo of me from 2008 Comic-Con? I don't know. I don't know what the photo is from 2008 Comic-Con. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Hey, did you ever notice that the Power Man 5000 singer sounds like the Union Underground singer from the WWF shit?
No, I don't actually. Let's see here. Hold on. I'll show you guys this real quick, right? There's actually a pretty, I don't want to say a famous image of Jessica Nigiri, whatever her name is. But it's one that gets circulated around every once in a while. And I got to find it here because I'm in it.
What?
Like, yeah. It's I'm trying to find, it would have been 2000. I think it wasn't 2010. She was, she was Yuna from, hold on, Final Fantasy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she was porn star of the year.
No. A lot of people would like to see that though, but no.
It's just Jarbo getting a lap dance.
That'd be fun. been a while since I've done that. I
It's
haven't done that. I haven't done that in a long time.
I mean, it's a lot of money, man. You don't want to do that.
Well, I mean, look, dude, you go, look here. Okay, like here's what you do. You go on in, right? You go on in, and you wait for the blue light special. You know, the buy one get one. And you know, and then you get to know the DJ, and you ask the DJ, like, "Hey, man, can you like, you know, make the songs go a little bit longer than the average 2.5 minutes?" And you know, so you befriend people, and from there you go, and you get your lap dance for a good price. You get 2 of them for the price of one.
So I'm gonna fucking pick Indigada Vida, baby.
And a Gata Davida.
Yeah, that's at least 18 minutes long, right?
Hold on, I can barely hear you at this point. Or is that your roommate?
Wait, where am I talking?
Yeah, you're talking. You're just going real low.
Oh, my bad. My shit fucking lowered. I was
Oh,
saying, yeah. In,
Oh, the Mara Jade cosplay. That wasn't 2008. That was 2000. Is when that happened. That was 2000. That wasn't 2008. It was that. Yeah, that's. I was 28 in 2008. Man, I can't find this fucking photo, dude. Like this photo's been around for a long time. I think it's funny.
you're like, I'm gonna have to break out the HP fucking from 1998.
Yeah. I'm trying to like. I mean, I can kind of. Oh, there it is.
Damn,
Well,
you got everything linked to the.
No. I just found it. I just found it there. And you guys, who here has seen In Search of, my movie? If you guys have seen my movie, you might recognize. Oh, come on. Don't be a dick. Not you guys, but like, no, it's Windows is like, I can't download this image, Dave.
Is that
Like,
the one? Is that the one where you filmed inside the abyss?
What abyss?
No, the abyss fucking ship or submarine fucking thing or bullshit. Didn't you do like a small film where it was the inside was
Like,
the abyss?
no, I don't. I mean, I don't remember that, to be honest with you. But here's the image right here. And so, the guy immediately to her right, if anyone has seen the movie In Search of, that is my best friend. That is Mark. And then if you look directly in between him and her, in the gray shorts and the sandals, that is me.
Oh, now I see you fucking Waldo in the background.
Yeah. I didn't know about this. Yeah. So I didn't know about this shirt or about this image until like a while later, after someone had like, hey, what are you doing? And like, I didn't know you knew. Like, someone's like, I didn't know you knew Jessica New Jersey. I'm like, wait, what? No, what? Who? And so yeah, like that's yeah, that's us right there. That pops up occasionally.
Who's
So
this girl from?
she's a cosplayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Like cosplay. What, she just want attention?
Oh, shit. Instagram model? Oh, fuck. Goddamn.
Well, I mean, probably.
Cosplayers get paid a lot more money because they've been doing it for a while.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like, look, it's I like to make fun of cosplayers, but I mean, a lot of them put in a lot of work, and they do, you know, they keep up with it. I just find it to be really funny when it's like, you know, because there's like, look, you get some that are good, and then you get others that are just like not good, but they're trying, and then you get like a lot of them that are just like, are you doing it for attention, or are you doing it because you actually care? I don't know. And also, a lot of them now have OnlyFans. So there's that.
I mean, shit, I can have an OnlyFans too and just not get naked, and this will be good.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, I'm looking at this one right now, like this Darshell Stevens. It was, you know, she's got like an OnlyFans. Like, I saw her profile. I'm like, that's definitely OnlyFans. And then she's got an image of her here, and she's like, you know, you can clearly see her pubes, and it's like,
you
know.
clearly see her fucking vagina lips, and you're like, oh, whoa. I mean,
yeah, well, that's the whole point. The whole point is like, let me be as titillating as humanly possible without showing you the goods. And then you can come over and pay a premium in order to see them, I guess.
And this is how girls get famous real quick. I
mean, like, at the end of the day, like, let the hustle be the hustle by all means. I I'm kind of laughing. So
Hustle could be an
I'm not going to show the picture forth. Just look up Darshell Stevens and then have fun.
hustle being hustle, but the talent goes a lot more long.
Yeah. Yeah. If you, cause there are some cosplayers that just simply, cause I always wonder like, cause like Comic-Con has become just cosplay central, and you have to ask yourself, like, are cosplayers there because they are part of the community, or are they there because they just want the attention? And I know that's a tough question to ask. And I know people out there get really pissy when you ask that question, but it's like, well, it's a valid question. I mean, nerd culture has become like mainstream, and a lot of us remember what it was like when it wasn't mainstream, and like going to these events. And like, you know, now it's like you can't even get into Comic-Con unless you, you know, I don't know, sacrifice a goat to the blood moon. That's basically about it. I've been going so long as a journalist that I'm just on the list. And so they just kind of send me stuff. But like other people, man, like I know people that have been trying for years to get a ticket to Comic-Con, and it's like they just keep selling out. And it's unfortunate.
It's not like NAM or anything where the national, not like Vietnam, but
it's not like NAM,
not Vietnam,
you know, where they dodged the draft by not going to Comic-Con. You know, it's like that could be the sequel to the Tomorrow War 2. It's all like we need soldiers for the future, so we'll just recruit everyone from Comic-Con. Like I don't think that plan was well thought out.
You boy right there, are you a boy? All right, you're fucking you're a goddamn commie now. That's what they were doing.
You want to go fight the Viet Cong in Da Nang?
You
want to serve your country, boy?
You want to serve your country and go against them Americans?
Yeah, you want to go bring democracy to them people with only 26 letters in their 13 letters in their alphabet.
13.
That's true. No, the Vietnamese alphabet has like 13 characters.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then the Vietnam's like,
but we're literally.
Hey, dude, you want me to fuck them up or what?
I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to make like a Full Metal Jacket reference at this point. I can't. Like, you know, I always thought that wasn't real, by the way. I always thought that whole line of like, me love you a long time, sucky, sucky, $5. Like, I didn't think that was real. I thought it was like basically a meme until I saw Full Metal Jacket, and I'm like, wow, that really is real.
It's not even real because of the movie. It's real because it's real.
It's still real, you know. Like my old boss was a total horn dog when he was in the military, and he's all like, "Let me tell you about the time I banged Mama-san."
She said, "Oh, you the best."
He's like, I you know, I closed out the bar, I helped him clean up, and then I took Mama-san home, and I'm like, why? And then I realized that he's like 10 years younger than his wife. And I'm all like, oh, okay. You got that. I'm like, you got that fetish. Okay.
He's like, yeah, I like sunny side up. I don't know what that means.
What the fuck does that even mean? I like them sunny side up. Like what? They never roll over on their back? Or they never roll over on their stomach?
I've always just like. I've always heard it was sunny side up from the butt up, or
it just looks like human equivalent of cottage cheese and pubes.
Yes. I mean, that's an omelet right there.
I know. I gotta, I gotta wake up. Yeah, I do. I really do. I hope you guys have had fun. This is gonna like the end of these streams always get really weird. What's great is nobody ever gets there. Like no one who ever listens to this after the fact ever gets there. So that's always pretty good.
No, well, I like being over here at the end too, because it's kind of that wind down effect.
I just like to make jokes.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or the other. I just like to make jokes.
Oh, and I understand that because I do the same thing.
So it's just like, you know, I like if I can make you laugh, then it's worth my time, you know. And that's one of the reasons why I don't even want to like pick agendas for these streams anymore. You know, I don't want to like, hey, let's go through the fucking news. I'm like, let's just like talk shit for like an hour and a half. You know, we'll talk about movies and we'll just see where the convo goes, and it will generally, you know, like migrate back to pornography because I'm just a sick old dirty bastard.
You're missing out, man, dude. I've been doing this for a while too. So like, damn, where you been? God damn.
Hold on. Shifty-gism here with the great story. I ran a banned sports card trading racket from my trusty fanny pack back in middle school. Had a mission impossible, like heist, stealing all the school's confiscated cards in the vice principal's office one time.
Huh.
Nice. Yeah, LV Green here says Boulder Talk Radio. I know, man. I miss Boulder Talk Radio. I do. I don't know what to do with it. I just don't. I mean, like, I honest to God have no fucking idea. Like, and I don't even want to post anything on that channel anymore. So it's like, I don't even know what to do with it.
Why not?
I'll be honest. It's a lot of people don't comment on anything. I get a lot of shit comments over there. You know what I mean? It's like, why post on a channel where the commentary back is just fuck you, you suck, go kill yourself.
You turn the comments off.
Yeah, and then there's the criticisms on that part too. Why are the comments turned off? Don't you can't listen to criticism? It's like, no, there's a difference between criticism and being a cunt.
No, you turn the comments off and you go live and then you do subscriber only and then you get rid of everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just do members only or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Well, then that would require everyone to like become a channel member if they want to talk.
No, you can do subscribers only.
Can you?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
You gotta go to your if you go to your YouTube of this video right now, you just go to your edit and then bam, it's right there.
Let me see here. I'm looking to see
subscriber only, and then you can have them subscribe for as long. You can have them subscribe for like 100 years before they fucking comment. It's fucking hilarious.
Weird. I didn't even know you could do that. Oh wow! Who can send messages? Anybody, subscribers or members? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's something.
What I've been doing.
I mean, like the thing is, like it's, and I'm not trying to complain about it, but it's like. The shit from 3 years ago, it's almost been 3 years. Like in a few weeks, it's going to be 3. Like literally, it's like in 4 weeks, it's going to be 3 years.
I remember.
People have not let that shit go. They have not let that shit go. It's so fucking weird. Like it's like anytime I say anything, it's always like boulders. Do you want to? But no, I'll show you guys this. I
mean, look at Doom Cop. You ain't that shit. Come on.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, that's kind of wait. Hold on. Heroic Hollywood. Did they ban me? Did they block me? No, they posted something saying, "Oh, this is Marlon Wayans as Robin from Batman '89's comic," and I said that looks nothing like Marlon Wayans, and they deleted the tweet.
Yo,
that's
so is that
funny?
Is that Batman fucking universe really going on Flashpoint only?
I don't know.
Because that's all I've been hearing. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this bullshit?
Well, you guys want to hear something really funny? So let me tell you, I will end it with this one, right?
Done.
But here's this guy right here. All right. MC Jarbo. Okay. Not me. This guy takes my words, he copies my voice, and he puts them to songs. And he gets me to say things. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. And so so he has made me say some pretty terrible things over the years, but in like the last year, since someone else has been very naughty, he has turned his attention to making fun of that guy. But now he brings me up to attack this guy. So whereas like 2 years ago, and then he released an entire album making fun of me and like sold it with my own voice, but it's because it's a transformative thing. Like I get nothing out of it, I guess. But anyway. So he did this so he makes me rap. He literally makes me rap. Okay. I cannot rap, but I've always wanted to. And so this is what bothers me. It's like, here, just listen to this. And like, listen.
But I got a fucking protege, and he's impatiently waiting out by the college gate to the faggot Hall of Fame. Forget the half-baked apology, DMCA every day, and put that shit on a tray. And I'll be honest, you're synonymous with kid fucker synonymous. You gotta get that criticism of you deleted. So what do? You flag all of us. No point in trying to conceal it. Everyone and their fucking mother has seen it. And I don't mean the penis, you hippopotamus. Your drink, that ain't the only thing that's bottomless. You little fucking faggot. You fat fucking faggot.
Not that you can't criticize, but I'll flag it tonight. That's right.
I'm a faggot. Always a fat faggot.
Because if I see it, I'm a flag it. Fat flag it for life.
Straight up flag it.
Yeah.
Wait, were you on the chorus?
Yeah, that was my voice. Yeah. I did not record that.
Or were you on the whole song?
I was the whole song. What you heard was me.
Get the fuck out of
That was me. That was my voice.
Hey, this guy good as fuck. God damn.
I will say this. Like, this guy has like, I'm not even kidding you. I'll show you guys this whole thing. It's so like, it's funny to talk about now, but like, it was fucking crazy for a while. So this guy, look at this here, Chronicles of a Cuck, the debut album from MC Jarbo. Yeah, this is supposedly me with my black child. But like he did a song called Better Than Me 10 months ago, 68,000 views. Right? Like, look at this here. Like, all these songs a lot of these are about me, right? MC Jarbo Uber Eats, MC Jarbo Steam Cleaner featuring Sargon of Akkad.
Okay.
MC Jarbo Ice Cream Truck.
Can you go to his videos and see how long he's been doing this?
He's been doing it for a while. But like, listen,
barely legal teen, so assemble a team.
Listen to this.
Voice identification confirmed. Welcome back, Captain Jarbo.
Give me a status report.
Certainly. Since we last spoke, I have identified several weaknesses in the target. You will be working with the biggest faggots in the known galaxy. Your primary mission is to take down Ethan Ralph. You must not fail.
Hey, guess who's back with the gay ops optics? Matt with the cockless style. You guys walk with hot shit, hot check all the boxes. Engage the cut switch, boot up the block list.
So you're saying that's you?
Time for me to be.
Yeah, that's my voice. I didn't rap it.
And barely legal teen. So assemble a team. We've got a scream to kill into the grease mobile. Let's make Ethan scream. We're really headed for the win, son. With Gabe, Optimus Prime, and Goblin, son. So let's see if we can dig some shit up. And if we can't, fuck it, invent something. Look at this child, so innocent. Kid's gone missing, and dad's probably out of his mind. Are you listening? Big bad Ralph's looking out for fucking meth-headed kids to be jizzing in. That fucking sham of a marriage. No kids, was the last woman damaged. There's loads of college kids up on campus that you can trap and drag back to the mattress. The old Matt wouldn't have this. Let Matt give you some practical tactics and send her to me. Just like magic, watch her come back with a sack full of black kids. How are you keeping them silent? With a punch to the eyelid or with a knife like I did? Welcome to Club Biden. If it ain't got no training wheels, we ain't riding. Now the takedowns are getting faster. Man, I never thought the student would become the master. Caught a lot of flack because I flagged down Fatsmith, but bitch, you got more fucking flags than an atlas.
Please stand by. Block list low.
So this little spick Dom may put you on the block list, but can't do it better than me. I heard this motherfucker Ethan Ralph wants to fuck little kids, but he can't do it better than me. Nowadays, everyone is a false flagging faggot. It's tragic that even if you're on some gay op shit, I'm on some gay op shit. No, buddy, you'll never do it better than me. Damn it, I want my baby back ribs, baby back pussy, and baby back tits. But her dad wants his baby back quick, so maybe quit it, you fat fucking idiot. If it's between a fat pill popping, baker sipping hick who just doesn't know when he's beat, choose the pretentious fag who's only a talent, being able to spray the fuck out of his cheeks. But Matt, would you date an 18-year-old? No. Not unless she's got a 4-year-old bro. Not unless she can produce a GoPro and we can go home and film with no clothes. If that's the case, then we'll split the load. Could that be the reason you randomly phone? If church is to me, what college is to you? I pour gasoline and then leave all the clues. Worski, I'm just letting you know that the CP you own, you got no right to show. That shit's my fucking copyright, you know? Sounds like you want another knockout. Fight you ho. Yeah, you're out of luck now, cause it's cool to be the cuck now. Ain't nobody give a flying fuck now. Man, fuck that wheelchair shit, dog. Your man's got a truck now. And pesos, what the fuck happened to you? And how the fuck did you become such a tool? Guess your true color's starting to show through. And it's the color of a Jew. So this little spick dominate put you on the block list, but can't do it better than me. I heard this motherfucker Ethan Ralph wants to fuck little kids, but he can't do it better than me. Nowadays, everyone is a false flagging faggot. It's
I mean, like, the song is.
I really can't believe that's fucking you, dude. Like the guy fucking.
The guy, he is like, he built technology around this. He's downloaded thousands of my videos, and he is like, got the transcripts for them all. And so when he's writing the lyrics, he'll run them through this search, and he'll be able to isolate the dialogue he wants, and he cuts it together. And the thing is, because I'm like, I speak very similarly. A lot of the stuff I can cut together pretty well. You know, like even when I do my own audio editing, I'm really good at cutting things together without you realizing that it's different takes, you know? So, yeah, this guy, jeez, fuck you, Fourth. $5 here. I'd like to make a song request. Can you play my girlfriend's daughter? I mean, look, here's the thing with that though, man. Here's the thing with that though. Like that, I don't want to play that. And I'll tell you why. because I have a 2-year-old daughter, and that song is about my 2-year-old daughter. And like, you know, that shit, no, I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna entertain that. There are certain things I can be appreciative of the text or of the technology, but like I got my 2-year-old baby girl, you know what I mean? And there's certain things I just don't want to associate. So
Dude, you gave that $5 for that fucking, what is that, Tusk?
yeah.
God damn it.
No, it's I'm saying I appreciate this $5, dude, but I'm just not gonna play that shit. Like this.
Oh,
I'll
no,
play.
Don't play it. Don't play it.
Yeah, this I'll
I'll
play because like it's funny. It's making fun of Ralph and it's funny.
But
like
motherfucker's got a tusk on his fucking goddamn avatar.
Yeah,
so
the other shit is not. It's, you know, I mean, like, fuck, dude. You look at some of this shit and it's like, you know, look at the playlist here, like you know, all this shit here, right? Like me, you know, it's just like, it's nothing but tracks about me.
Whoa, this guy's got no fucking life.
You know, so it's
Well,
like,
look, wait. If he's getting 10K, does that mean I can do stuff about you and get that much too? Or what?
I mean, that's the thing. He's been doing this for a while, like for 2 years now. You know?
Oh man.
And so like he just cut me together and then he started putting out he started doing tracks and shit. So
It happens.
you know, like
in every fucking chat there's one. Tell you that much.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where it's like, you know,
it's like it's old by now.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of like, you know,
the N-word.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, last night I was talking about that. I was like, dude, I can't believe there was a lot of, when I would watch like, you know, Archie Bunker and George Jefferson, they would always say the N-word. And now it's like, dude, I can't believe this. All this stuff. It was funny now, or it was funny then. It's not funny now. Until
yeah, like, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's like, it's just people like, you know, privately recorded me, heard me say, my girlfriend's got her in reference to at that time, my newborn baby daughter. Okay. And then someone took that and said, oh no, he said my girlfriend's daughter. And so they tried to imply that I'm a cuck, which it's my kid. And then there's been all this shit that's been said for the last like 2 years about my daughter. So I just don't engage.
Okay, now that's fucked up.
I don't engage. Why not flag it? Why not flag it as harassment? Really? I mean, like, let's not go down that path, right? Now, the thing is, I'll say this though. I'll say this. The creation of the music is art, and I like art. Even if art is critical of me, I can appreciate art that's critical of me. So I can appreciate the music part of it. I can appreciate like making me rap and say shit that I would never say. And at the same time, I will say this. I've always wanted to rap. I'm just terrible at it. And so it's like hearing my voice come back like that is to some extent kind of cool because like I would never do it otherwise. So like on that front, I'm okay. There's an appreciation there, but at the same time, it's like, it's a very conflicted appreciation.
Very. If you're going to do, I mean, shit, I would always love to rap too, but I talk better with playing guitar.
Yeah.
With my hands. So
I just do better talking. Which
dude, that's that, you know,
kind of got me into that mess in the first place. So does Ralph still prank call me? No, he hasn't called me in about a year. So that could change at any point in time. It was so funny. He was actually talking shit about me because I criticized Gary from Nerdrotic, and Nerdrotic was like, oh, are you still an Uber Eats driver? And blah, 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 blah. And every time somebody brings it up as a negative, I remind him, like, generally speaking, on most nights, like tonight, for example, I was pulling in over $30 an hour. $30 an hour.
Nice.
To deliver people's food.
Nice.
Like I literally delivered food to my new neighbor who I had not met before. And I met my neighbor and she like tipped out, it was like $25 to bring her pizza and shit and get to know my neighbor. So that was pretty cool.
You do live next to her. So she's like, I better tip this guy in before he does something at my shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. Right. Like I'm all like, let me tell you about how fucked up this neighborhood is. Like get a security camera because we have bears and shit, which we do have bears and shit, and cougars and all sorts of crap. But she was very friendly. And then, but it's like, but Ethan was like giving me shit. And then he's like tried mocking me for like making the money on Uber Eats. And it's like, dude, come on, man. You know, like my income is supplemented by doing this show, which again, there's good days, there's bad days. And then I do Uber, which there are good days and there are bad days. But the idea here is that like, it's like, I'm not afraid of that shit. I'm not shamed by that shit. If you come at me with like, oh, you just deliver people's food, I'll be like, well, what do you do for work? And they'll be like, I fucking work at McDonald's. Okay. So you make 15 an hour slaving over a hot fry stove. And then I come by and I pick it up.
Whoa.
And I take it to someone's house and I make 30 an hour. So, you know, I mean, it's like, you can't shame me over this crap. I'm just saying, that's all I'm
they're 15. I don't think they're 15 down here, but Jesus Christ, they're 15 up there. Damn.
Yeah. McDonald's is starting at 15 an hour. Fucking Taco Bell's 15 an hour. A lot of places up here are 15 an hour because after COVID, a lot of people got laid off and a lot of people are trying to, you know, a lot of people just aren't going, they're not going back to work.
Dude, and I'm a server that they want me to go back to work for. And I'm just like, look, Uncle Sam's still paying me. So, as long as you top that, then I will. But
well, and the thing with, and that's going to go away here pretty soon. So, you know, I get that. See, I never got any.
I'm trying to get a job, but I'm not going to go back to fucking serving at $2.13 an hour.
Oh yeah. When you've got that, yeah. See, that's the thing in California, there is no, the servers get paid minimum wage. So it's not that federal minimum wage, or it's not even like a server's wage.
Yeah.
Which the fact that states still have a server's wage is very weird to me, because it's like, are you fucking kidding me on this shit? Like, but I'll tell you this: I read a story the other day about a woman who was left a $16,000 tip, and it was a legitimate tip that someone left, and the owner of the store divvied it up amongst the other employees.
That's funny. You say that. They would do that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the thing is, like, honestly, I'm like, I kind of get why, but if it was me, you know, like,
I'd
be pissed.
So being in the restaurant industry for like 11 years, I've seen some fucked up shit. And one of them was me splitting a table that was 45 people, and all the money went to the guy that everything was put on my card. I got charged up the ass, and he didn't get charged for the table, because we get, every time you open up a table, depending on what they order, it's going to be $1 or something, $1 something. Well, those dollars ended up fucking like $50, $60. I was like, Jesus Christ. Luckily, they paid us $300 with tip and all that shit, or $300 on whatever they did, $300 with a tip. It's great. I made probably like $40, and the other guy made like $200. And I was like, this isn't fucking right. Nothing of this is bullshit, is right. So, looking into the whole restaurant industry, oh man, I know the ins and outs of that shit real quick. That's why I don't even want to work back there.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have nothing but respect for wait staff. You know what I mean? Like, and
I'm glad
and
you
cooks,
do. I'm glad you
and
do,
if I like,
hard
because I'll tell you this, like, there's one line from the movie Waiting from 2005 that I always really enjoyed. And it's like, just don't fuck with people who handle your food.
Because they're going to spin in your shit. And they're
right. And the thing is, so I go to a restaurant, and I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm overly polite. I'm like, yes, please. No, thank you. May I have? And I do this even when I go and I deliver. Like, if I go to a restaurant, like I went to Red Robin tonight, which is just like it's a restaurant. And like, I had to go to the bathroom, and like, I can just walk in and use the bathroom. Like, they're not going to care. But I'm like, as the girl is like, to help me, I'm like, may I use your bathroom? You know, she's like, yeah, no problem. So I like to ask, and then I'm very friendly and I'm very accommodating with a lot of the wait staff, because the thing is, they're slammed. Yeah, the servers and they're slammed trying to get their own customers taken care of, as well as getting all these other orders out the door. And the thing is, like, what I hate the most is when like they tell me about a driver that came on in, and the driver was rude and condescending and mean and didn't want to wait a few extra minutes and just got all butthurt over it. And I get like, that happened to me once at Little Caesar. No, it was at Papa John's. And because I know the manager, and she was telling me that like a driver came in and he was rude as all hell. And I'm in a Facebook group for local drivers, and like that dude was bitching in the chat that night on something that night. And I'm like, hey, were you at Little Caesars tonight? And he goes like, yeah. And I'm all like, yeah, I heard what you fucking did, dude. Don't be a fucking dick to those people.
Exactly.
Like they didn't do nothing to you, man. Like you may not be happy with it, but don't be a dick. It's like, I'm like, no. Like, no. They have jobs. They have feelings. Don't be a dick. Because the way I view it is like, it's very much a symbiotic in a relationship. You know, like I'm coming in to pick up an order to take it to its destination. And like you prepare the order, I take it. That's part of the relationship. So
yes,
you know, it's like there are times where it's like if the wait is really long, like I'll cancel the order because I just don't want to do it. But I'm never going to admonish the wait staff. I'm never going to admonish any of the servers or any of the cooks or whatever, because like for one, it's like they're just trying to do their job to the best of their ability. And it's, you know, and when you do like DoorDash specifically, like you're kind of like held to a timer. They time you on a lot of it.
Oh, that explains why people are a little bit angry.
Yeah, they time you quite a bit on that shit. You know, so, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, we're way off topic here. But the thing is, it's like, you know, I don't mind doing the delivery stuff. I kind of like it. It gets me out of the house, and I now know my area very well, so I like that. And
so when Matt Jarbo is running from all the trolls, like he'll know where to go.
if I ever need to get the fuck out of Dodge, I know how to get out of here.
Yes.
And like that was the thing when I was doing the census out here too. I learned where all the abandoned houses are because I had to go to a lot of those houses. And
Jarbo is fucking Tom Cruise in fucking what is that fucking alien movie?
Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah. Well, no, I tell you, I should see maybe Sunday. I'll try to head down there. I don't know if it's still abandoned. It was abandoned a year ago, but I went to this one house and it was like literally like everything was overgrown, and there was like 30 cars that were all just like junked on the property. And like I pull on up and like I look over and there's like a black cat with like one eye, and it's like looking at me as I'm getting on the property, and it goes and like jumped off the Jaguar. And I'm like, okay, that's a bad fucking omen. You know, and it's like, it's just, you wouldn't know it.
You got a Jaguar, so don't even worry about it. A Jaguar.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't even know about like this place, because it's so out of the way. And that was probably one of like the funnest things about that job.
That's the first thing I would be suspecting. Oh my God, there's a fucking goddamn curse about to happen right now. What is going on? I'll be looking around. Where's the goddamn ghost? I mean,
everywhere, buddy. They're everywhere.
I'm surprised you didn't see any ghosts there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't really 100% like believe in all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I am going to go this time because I do have to. It is 1:00 in the morning now, and I have to be up in like about 5 hours. So I'm just going to go to bed. But anyway, Garguts, I appreciate you coming on in.
Yeah, brother.
These conversations are like, they always go longer, but it's always a good time. And I'll talk to everyone all later. Have yourself a great night, and peace.